Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Random Topics with Jack, where we explore the intriguing and sometimes controversial topics that shape our understanding of the world. Today we are doing a deep dive into the Final Fantasy franchise, where we will explore the enchanting worlds, unforgettable characters, and epic tales that have captivated gamers for decades. I am your host Jack, and today we're embarking on a journey through the realms of magic and adventure, where crystals shine and chocobos fly. So if you tuned into our last episode, you'll know that we completed a two-parter where we explored the fascinating evolution of computers. Now we're shifting gears to explore the rich tapestry of one of the most iconic franchises in gaming. From pixelated beginnings to stunning modern graphics, Final Fantasy has transformed what it means to experience storytelling in video games. This franchise isn't just about epic battles and magical spells, it's about the connections we forge with the characters and the emotional journeys we undertake. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at the mainline games that have defined the series, the spin-offs that expanded its universe, the musical legacy that continues to resonate with fans. We'll explore the impact of renowned composer Nobuo Uematsu and the stunning artistic vision of Yoshitaka Amano, as well as dive into the various adaptations and extensions of the Final Fantasy saga. So whether you're a Chocobo enthusiast, a cactuar collector, or just someone who loves a good story, prepare for an epic adventure through the worlds of Final Fantasy. Let's get started. So the Final Fantasy franchise is one of the most iconic and influential series in gaming history. Since its debut in 1987 with the original Final Fantasy on the NES, it has captivated players with its rich storytelling, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay mechanics. Created by Hironobu Sakaguchi, the title was initially intended to be called Fighting Fantasy. However, due to trademark conflicts with a role-playing gamebook series of the same name, Sakaguchi changed the name to Final Fantasy. This decision also reflected his feelings at the time. Had the game failed commercially, he planned to leave Square, which is now Square Enix, to complete his university education. So like I said, a common misconception is the name the Final Fantasy signified Square/Ditch to save itself from bankruptcy. While the company was experiencing difficulties, Sakaguchi himself had clarified there's an urban legend that the final in Final Fantasy was meant to be our last project. While we were having some hard times back then, the truth was, as long as the title could be shortened to FF, any word would have sufficed. This perspective highlighted the creative risks taken by Sakaguchi and his team, which ultimately led to the birth of a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Over the years, Final Fantasy has evolved into a cultural phenomenon, spawning numerous mainline titles, spin-offs and adaptations across various media, including anime, films and novels. Each new installment introduces a new world, new characters, and innovative gameplay features, while often retaining recurring elements such as the Chocobos, Moogles, and crystals. The series has not only set benchmarks in role-playing games, but has also significantly impacted the gaming industry as a whole, inspiring countless developers and artists worldwide. Its ability to blend intricate narratives with stunning visuals and memorable music, often composed by the legendary Nobuo Uematsu, has left a lasting legacy in gaming culture. Moreover, Final Fantasy is known for its thematic depth, exploring complex subjects such as friendship, sacrifice, and the battle between good and evil. Each game offers a unique experience ranging from the high-tech world of Final Fantasy VII to the medieval fantasy of Final Fantasy IX, showing the franchise's versatility. The series continues to evolve with recent titles like Final Fantasy XV and Final Fantasy XVI, proving that it remains relevant and beloved by both new and veteran players alike. I know I did just call Final Fantasy XV a recent title, but it's, considering it's 15 and 16 in the terms of mainline games, it's one of the more recent mainline ones, even though it's well over a decade old at this point. But let's start with Final Fantasy I, which was initially released for the Famicom in Japan in December 1987. It later made its way to the NES in North America in 1990. Since then, the game has been re-released on various platforms, including the Game Boy Advance, PlayStation Portable, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, and mobile devices, allowing generations of players to experience this classic RPG. Set in a fantasy world threatened by an evil force, Final Fantasy I follows the journey of 4 warriors of light. Each warrior is tasked with restoring balance by retrieving the 4 elemental crystals that have been corrupted. Their quest takes them through dungeons, towns, and encounters with iconic monsters, ultimately leading to a confrontation with the dark powers threatening their realm. The story is a classic tale of heroism, friendship, and the battle between light and darkness. One of the defining characteristics of Final Fantasy I is its job system, which allows players to select from a diverse array of character classes at the start of the game. Players can choose from 6 distinct classes: Warrior, also known as Fighter; Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, and Monk, also known as Black Belt. Each class offers unique abilities, strengths, and weaknesses, enabling players to customize their party compositions and strategies. We'll take a wee dive deeper into these classes. The Warrior, starting off with, a formidable combatant specialising in heavy weapons and armour, designed to absorb damage and withstand punishment. They can evolve into the Knight class, gaining access to the most powerful weapons and some white magic spells, enhancing their role as both a tank and a damage dealer. The Monk excels in unarmed combat and deals tremendous damage, especially at higher levels when they become the Master class. Though starting weak and unable to wear heavy armour, a high-level Master can inflict more damage in a single attack than any other character type, making them incredibly powerful in the late game. The Thief is characterised by high evasion and accuracy, allowing for finesse in combat. They can evade attacks and have a better chance of escaping from battle. Upon upgrading to the Ninja class, they gain access to a broader range of weapons, armour, and many black magic spells, becoming a versatile combatant. The White Mage specialises in white magic, focusing on healing and supporting the team. While not strong in physical combat, they can wield hammers for basic attacks. As they evolve into White Wizards, they gain access to the most powerful white magic spells, making them essential for sustaining the party's health during challenging encounters. The Black Mage is a master of offensive magic, specialising in black magic. They are physically frail, but can deal significant damage through spells, upgrading to Black Wizards, allowing them to access powerful spells like Flare, which was known as Nuke in the original North American localization, making them vital for defeating tough enemies. The Red Mage serves as a jack of all trades, capable of using both white and black magic. While their combat skills are not as strong as those of the Fighter, they do offer versatility, engaging in both spellcasting and physical combat. As they develop, the Red Mages transition into the Red Wizard class, further enhancing their capabilities and adaptability. This flexibility in the job system encourages experimentation and allows players to tailor the experience based on their preferred playstyle, whether that involves dealing heavy physical damage, casting powerful spells, or providing support to allies. The game employs a turn-based combat system, which is a hallmark of traditional role-playing games. In Final Fantasy I, battles are fought using an active time battle mechanic where characters act based on a timer that fills as time passes. This creates a dynamic and strategic element to combat, as players must manage their actions carefully to maximise their effectiveness while also responding to enemy attacks. This system adds an engaging layer of urgency, making battles feel more interactive and challenging compared to purely turn-based systems. The world of Final Fantasy I is vast and richly designed, encouraging players to explore its many locations. The game features an expansive world map that players can traverse, and exploration is rewarded with hidden treasures, secret areas, and optional dungeons. Players can visit various towns to gather information, purchase items, and interact with NPCs who offer valuable insights into the story and quests. This emphasis on exploration fosters a sense of adventure and discovery, which is a core element of the Final Fantasy experience. The magic system in Final Fantasy I is both intricate and strategic, allowing players to learn and cast spells using magic points or MP. This game features a vast array of spells categorized into different schools, such as white magic for healing and support and black magic for offensive capabilities. Players can acquire spells through purchase, treasure hunting, or leveling up. and as they progress, they unlock higher level spells that can turn the tide of battle. This system not only enhances the tactical depth of combat, but also encourages players to manage their resources wisely throughout their journey. The soundtrack of Final Fantasy I, composed by the talented Nobuo Uematsu, is a significant aspect of its legacy. The music features memorable themes that enhance the emotional impact of the game and become synonymous with its various characters and settings. Tracks like Prelude, the battle theme, and the town theme have lasted a lasting impression on players and are often celebrated in concert performances and remixes. The score plays a crucial role in establishing the atmosphere for the game, further immersing players in the world of Final Fantasy. Yoshitaka Amano's logo for Final Fantasy I is a distinctive and memorable visual representation created by the celebrated artist Yoshitaka Amano. This logo embodies the essence of the game and serves as an iconic symbol of the Final Fantasy franchise. The logo features a striking illustration of the Warriors of Light, the game's protagonist, depicted in Amano's signature ethereal style. The characters are often portrayed in dynamic poses, showing their heroic nature and the fantastical elements of their quest. The artwork uses a vibrant colour palette, blending shades that evoke a sense of magic and adventure. The colours not only highlight the characters, but also create a visually captivating contrast that draws players into the world of Final Fantasy. The depiction of the Warriors of Light is symbolic of hope, valour, and the classic journey of heroes facing darkness. This theme resonates throughout the game, where players embark on a quest to restore light to the world, making the logo a fitting representation of the game's narrative. The logo has become a beloved emblem among fans of the series. It has appeared on various merchandise, re-releases and promotional materials, solidifying its place in gaming history. The logo is often associated with nostalgia for the early days of Final Fantasy, making it a cherished piece of art among long-time fans. Amano's artwork, including the logo for Final Fantasy I, has had a lasting impact on the visual style of role-playing games. His unique approach to character design and fantasy art has inspired numerous artists and game creators, shaping the aesthetic of the genre. Final Fantasy I has left an indelible mark on the gaming industry, establishing key gameplay mechanics and narrative elements that would be refined and revisited in subsequent titles. Its success has laid the groundwork for the Final Fantasy franchise to flourish, influencing countless RPGs that followed. The game's innovative features, engaging story, and memorable characters set a standard for quality and creativity in video games, ensuring that Final Fantasy remains a beloved series among both new and veteran players alike. So Final Fantasy II graced the world on December 17th, 1988 for the Famicom in Japan. It wasn't until October 31st, 2002 that the North American audiences got their hands on the game, thanks to a PlayStation re-release. A Game Boy Advance version followed in 2004, bringing the game to a wider audience. Most recently, the Pixel Remaster version, released on the 28th of July 2021, brought the classic game to a new generation of players worldwide. Final Fantasy II takes place in a world where peace has been shattered by the ruthless Palmacian Empire, led by the cruel Emperor Legate. The story centers around four young individuals. Firion, a brave and determined young man who seeks to avenge the destruction of his village and protect his loved ones. Maria, a kind and compassionate young woman who possesses a strong sense of justice and a deep love for her homeland. Guy, a skilled swordsman and a loyal friend who is fiercely protective of his companions. And Leon, a mysterious and powerful mage who harbours a dark past and a hidden agenda. Their lives are forever changed when the Palmacian Empire invades their peaceful village, leaving them orphaned and alone. Driven by a thirst for vengeance and a desire to restore peace to their world, they join forces with the Wild Rose Rebellion, a group of freedom fighters led by the charismatic Emperor Gordon. The rebellion faces an uphill battle against the Empire's overwhelming power. As they journey across the land, they encounter a cast of colourful characters, each with their own unique stories and motivations. They must navigate treacherous dungeons, overcome deadly challenges, and forge alliances with unlikely allies. Along the way, they uncover a dark secret about the Empire's origins and the true source of its power. The path to victory is fraught with danger and sacrifice, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Final Fantasy II explores the themes of loss, redemption, and the enduring power of hope in the face of adversity. It is a story that will stay with you long after the final battle is fought. Final Fantasy II introduced several groundbreaking features that helped shape the future of RPGs. One of the most significant was its unique character development system. Unlike previous games, Final Fantasy II relied on character actions rather than experience points to determine their growth. This meant that characters developed skills relevant to their actions in battle, adding a layer of realism and strategic depth to the gameplay. The game also offered players the freedom to explore a vast overworld filled with vibrant towns, treacherous dungeons, and hidden secrets waiting to be discovered. Final Fantasy II was one of the first RPGs to place a strong emphasis on storytelling, weaving a captivating narrative that drew players into the lives of the characters and their struggles. The PlayStation release of Final Fantasy II brought significant improvements to the game's visuals and sound. Enhanced graphics brought the world to life, while full-motion video scenes added cinematic flair to the storytelling. The soundtrack also received a major upgrade, featuring a richer and more immersive musical experience. Final Fantasy II holds a special place in the hearts of many RPG fans. Its innovative mechanics and storytelling approach left a lasting impact on the genre, paving the way for future installments in the Final Fantasy series. While its unique character development system has been subject to debate among players and critics, its influence on the series and the RPG genre as a whole is undeniable. Nobuo Uematsu, the legendary composer behind many iconic Final Fantasy soundtracks, came back and brought his musical genius with him to Final Fantasy II. The game's soundtrack is a testament to his talent, including memorable themes that evoke a wide range of emotions. Some of the most notable tracks include Prelude, a hauntingly beautiful melody that sets the stage for the game's epic journey. Battle Theme 1, a rousing and energetic theme that accompanies the player's battles against the Empire's forces. Main Theme, a majestic and uplifting theme that captures the spirit of hope and resistance. Reunion, a poignant and emotional theme that reflects the bonds formed between the characters. The Rebel Army, a powerful and inspiring theme that celebrates the bravery of the Wild Rose Rebellion. Yoshitaka Amano, the renowned artist behind iconic visuals of the Final Fantasy franchise, lent his artistic touch to this game also. His signature style, characterized by its ethereal beauty and whimsical detail, brought the game's characters and world to life. Amano's character designs for Final Fantasy II are instantly recognizable, capturing the essence of the protagonists and their personalities. His cover art for the game is a masterpiece of visual storytelling, showcasing the main characters in a dynamic and visually striking manner. Amano's concept art for Final Fantasy II helped shape the visual identity of the entire Final Fantasy franchise, leaving an indelible mark on the series' legacy. Final Fantasy II stands as a testament to the creative vision of the developers and artists who brought it to life. Its unique features, captivating story, and memorable music have earned it a place among the most influential RPGs of all time. Whether you're a seasoned RPG veteran or a newcomer to the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy II is indeed a journey worth taking. Now moving on to Final Fantasy III, which was released in Japan on April 27th, 1990 for the Famicom. It was the first in the series to sell over 1 million copies, solidifying its popularity. It later received a 3D remake by Matrix Software for the Nintendo DS, which was released in Japan August 24th, 2006, followed by North America on November 14th, 2006, Australia May 3rd, 2007, and Europe May 4th, 2007. Subsequent versions were released for mobile platforms including iOS in March 24th, 2011. The story follows four orphaned youths: Lunith, a brave and adventurous young man; Ark, his clever and witty friend; Refia, a strong-willed and compassionate young woman; and Ignis, a stoic and skilled warrior. They are granted power by a mysterious crystal of light, embarking on a quest to restore balance to the world. The story begins in the village of Ur, where Lunith discovers the crystal, which grants him and his friends extraordinary powers. The crystal instructs them to embark on a quest to restore balance to their world, which has been thrown into chaos by the rise of darkness. As they set out on their adventure, the group learn that they are the Warriors of Light, destined to combat the forces of evil that threaten their realm. Each character brings their unique strengths and backgrounds to the team. Lunith, the brave and adventurous leader, driven by a desire to prove himself and protect his friends. Ark, the clever strategist whose intelligence and humour are often lighten the mood during their perilous journey. Refia, a compassionate healer, motivated by her loyalty to her friends and a desire to help those in need. Ignis, the stoic warrior, whose sense of duty and honour guides the group through their challenges. Throughout their quest, the heroes face formidable foes, including powerful monsters and dark sorcerers, while uncovering the truth behind the crystal's power and the history of their world. They travel across diverse landscapes, from lush forests to treacherous mountains, and encounter various allies and enemies along the way. As the story unfolds, themes of friendship, courage, and the struggle against evil are explored. The characters undergo significant personal growth, learning to rely on each other and confront their fears. The narrative culminates in an epic confrontation with the dark forces threatening their world, where the bonds that they have forged will be tested like never before. In the end, Final Fantasy III is not just a tale of adventure. It is the story about the power of unity and the light that can emerge even in the darkest of times. Final Fantasy III introduced the revolutionary job system, allowing characters to change classes and gain unique abilities, a feature that's become a staple of the series. Lunith starts out as a warrior and can adapt to various jobs like knight or thief, showcasing his versatility in combat. Ark, starting as a mage, can specialise in different magic types such as black mage or white mage, enhancing his strategic prowess. Refia, originally a white mage, can also become a red mage or summoner, utilising her healing and support magic while also learning offensive spells. Ignis, starting as a knight, can become a monk or a ninja, mastering both physical and magical combat skills. Special battle commands like steal and jump enhanced combat strategy. The game's music, once again composed by the legendary Nobuo Uematsu, features memorable themes like Eternal Wind and Battle Theme, while Yoshitaka Amano's art direction brought the characters and world to life with his signature ethereal and whimsical designs. The cover art for the original Japanese release features a captivating scene of the Warriors of Light standing tall against a backdrop of a swirling vortex of energy, representing the crystal's power and the chaos they face. Lunith, with his sword raised high, leads the group, while Ark, Refia, and Ignis stand beside him. Their expressions determined and resolute. The vibrant colours and dynamic composition capture the essence of the game's adventure and the hero's unwavering spirit. Final Fantasy III remains a cherished entry in the franchise, celebrated for its captivating story, memorable music, and innovative gameplay. Its influence on the RPG genre is undeniable, paving the way for future installments in the series and inspiring countless other games. Now moving on to Final Fantasy IV, which originally released in Japan on July 19th, 1991 for the Super Famicom, follows the story of Cecil Harvey, a Dark Knight and captain of the Red Wings, the airship fleet of the Kingdom of Baron. The narrative begins with Cecil questioning the ruthless orders of his king, who commands him to steal powerful crystals from other nations. After a mission to Mysidia goes awry, Cecil is stripped of his command and embarks on a journey of redemption. Accompanied by his childhood friend Kane Highwind, a master dragoon, and later joined by Rosa Farrell, a skilled white mage, and Rydia, a summoner from the Village of Mist, Cecil must confront the sorcerer Golbez, who seeks to harness the crystal's power for his own dark purposes. As the story unfolds, Cecil transforms from a conflicted warrior into a hero, learning the importance of friendship, loyalty, and sacrifice. The group faces numerous challenges, including powerful monsters and treacherous foes, while uncovering the truth behind Golbez's motives and the fate of the crystals. The themes of redemption, courage, and the battle between light and darkness are central to the narrative, culminating in an epic confrontation that tests the bonds of friendship and the strength of their resolve. The game features a rich cast of characters, each contributing to the story's depth. Cecil Harvey, the protagonist, a dark knight originally driven by duty and loyalty to his king. However, after witnessing the suffering caused by his actions, he questions his path and embarks on a journey of self-discovery. Through his encounters with various characters and the trials he faces, Cecil evolves into a paladin, a symbol of light and justice. He learns the true meaning of courage and embraces the responsibility to protect the innocent. Cain Highwind, Cecil's loyal friend and skilled dragoon. Haunted by a past betrayal and struggling with his own inner demons, he often acts impulsively, driven by a desire to prove his worth and atone for his mistakes. Cain's loyalty to Cecil is unwavering, even when his actions are questionable. His character arc explores themes of redemption and the struggle to overcome personal demons. Rosa Farrell, a devoted white mage and Cecil's love interest, who possesses a kind heart and a strong sense of justice. She acts as a guiding force for Cecil, encouraging him to embrace his true potential and fight for what is right. Rosa's compassion and unwavering support are vital to Cecil's transformation and the group's success. Rydia, a young summoner with a strong spirit, initially seeking revenge for the destruction of her village by Golbez, she learns to control her powers and embrace her destiny as a protector of the world. Rydia's growth from a vengeful child to a wise and powerful summoner reflects the themes of forgiveness and the power of hope. Tela is a powerful mage seeking revenge against Golbez for the death of his daughter. He possesses immense magical abilities but is haunted by grief and a thirst for vengeance. Tela's journey is a reminder of the destructive nature of anger and the importance of finding peace. Edward Chris von Muir is a bard with a gentle heart, who joins the party to prove his worth. He is often the source of humour and light-heartedness, providing a counterpoint to the group's more serious struggles. Edward's journey explores themes of self-acceptance and the importance of finding one's place in the world. Yang Fang Leiden is a martial artist and the king of Fabul, who fights for his kingdom's honour. He's a skilled warrior and a loyal friend, always willing to stand up for what he believes in. Yang's character embodies the spirit and courage of courage and determination. Palom and Porom are twin mages who provide comic relief and crucial support during battles. They are often playful and mischievous, but their magical abilities are invaluable to the group. Their journey highlights the importance of teamwork and the power of sibling bonds. The game's music, once again composed by Nobuo Uematsu, is iconic, featuring memorable tracks such as Theme of Love and The Red Wings. The emotional score enhances the storytelling, making key moments even more impactful. For example, the melancholic melody of Theme of Love perfectly captures the romantic tension between Cecil and Rosa, while the soaring and heroic The Red Wings underscores the group's determination and courage. The soundtrack is also notable for its use of diverse instruments, creating a rich and evocative soundscape that immerses players in the world of Final Fantasy IV. The art direction, primarily by Yoshitaka Amano, showcases stunning character designs and landscapes that capture the essence of the game's fantasy world. Amano's signature style brings the characters to life with a sense of wonder and mystery. His iconic designs for Cecil, Cain and Rosa, along with the fantastical creatures and environments, have become synonymous with the game's visual identity. The cover art for the original Japanese release features a striking image of Cecil, clad in his Dark Knight armour, standing on a mountaintop overlooking a vast landscape. He is surrounded by a swirling vortex of energy, representing the power of the crystals and the chaos that threatens the world. His expression is determined, reflecting his inner conflict and his journey towards redemption. The vibrant colours and dynamic composition capture the essence of the game's adventure and the hero's unwavering spirit. Interestingly, however, the original logo for Final Fantasy 4 featured Ken Highwind instead of Cecil. This logo, also designed by Yoshitaka Amano, depicted Kane in a dynamic pose, symbolizing his importance to the story as Cecil's best friend and rival. The choice to feature Kane in the logo reflects the game's initial focus on his character, even though Cecil ultimately takes center stage of the narrative. Final Fantasy IV is celebrated as one of the most influential titles in the RPG genre, paving the way for future installments in the series. Its compelling story, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay mechanics have left a lasting impact on both fans and game developers alike. The game has seen numerous remakes and ports, including a notable 3D remake for the DS in 2007, ensuring that new generations of players can experience this classic tale of heroism and redemption. Final Fantasy IV: The After Years is set 17 years after the events of the original Final Fantasy IV. The story begins with the sudden appearance of a second moon, which brings with it new threats and challenges for the heroes of the previous game. The narrative unfolds through episodic tales that follow both the original cast and their descendants as they confront a new villain, Zeromus's Malice, who seeks to plunge the world into chaos once again. The game explores themes of legacy, redemption, and the enduring bonds of friendship as the characters face their pasts, and forge new paths. The game introduces several new characters while also featuring beloved characters from the original game. Here are some key characters. Theodore Harvey, the son of Cecil and Rosa. Theodore is a young knight who struggles to live up to his parents' legacy. He feels immense pressure to become a great hero like his father, but he often doubts his own abilities. As the story progresses, he learns to embrace his own strengths and forge his own path, becoming a compassionate and courageous leader. Ursula Fangladen is the daughter of Yang and Sheila. Ursula is a skilled martial artist who seeks to prove herself and protect her loved ones. She struggles with insecurities about her strength and constantly compares herself to her father. Throughout the game, she overcomes these doubts and learns to rely on her own skills and determination, becoming a powerful and independent warrior. Leonora, a new character introduced in this game, is a mysterious figure with ties to the new villain. Her past is shrouded in secrecy, and she initially appears cold and calculating. As the story unfolds, we learn that she was a young girl who lost her family to war and was forced to become a soldier. Her journey focuses on finding redemption and learning to trust again. The Eblin 4, a group of characters from Eblin, including Edge, who returns as a prominent figure. They bring their unique skills and backgrounds to the story, adding depth to the narrative. Edge, in particular, has matured since the first game, becoming a wise and experienced leader who uses his skills to help others. Maynard is a new antagonist who poses a significant threat to the heroes. Her powers and connection to the second moon are central to the conflict. Maynard is driven by a desire for revenge against the heroes for the events of the first game. Her motivations are complex, and she becomes a formidable opponent for the heroes. The Creator is a mysterious entity that plays a crucial role in the unfolding events, challenging the heroes in unexpected ways. The Creator's true nature and motives remain shrouded in mystery throughout the game, adding an element of intrigue and suspense. The music for The After Years was composed by Junya Nakano, featuring a blend of new tracks and remastered themes from the original game. The soundtrack enhances the emotional depth of the story, with memorable pieces that accompany key moments. The art direction continues the legacy of Yoshitaka Amano, showcasing beautiful character designs and environments that capture the essence of the game's fantasy world. The visual style remains consistent with the original while also introducing new elements that reflect the changes to the story. The cover art for After Years features striking imagery that represents the new challenges faced by the characters. It typically showcases Theodore and other key figures against a backdrop of the second moon, symbolizing the new threats and adventures that await. Final Fantasy IV: The After Years serves as a direct continuation of the original story, exploring the consequence of the characters' actions and impact of their legacies. It emphasizes the importance of friendship and the ongoing struggle between light and dark. The episodic format allows for deeper character development and exploration of themes that resonate both with new players and long-time fans of the series. Final Fantasy V, released in 1992 for the Super Famicom, takes players on a captivating adventure through a world on the brink of peril. The story revolves around 4 heroes brought together by fate. Bars Clouser, a wandering adventurer with a heart of gold who seeks to find his place in the world. Lena, a princess whose gentle nature masks a hidden strength and a yearning for freedom. Galuf, a powerful warrior haunted by a fragmented memory of a past life and a desperate desire to protect the world he once knew. And Faris, a pirate captain with a fierce spirit and a thirst for adventure, seeking answers to the mysteries surrounding her past. Their paths converge as they discover a fallen meteor, a harbinger of a looming threat. The game's central theme is the struggle to protect the world's elemental crystals, the source of its balance and prosperity. As the heroes journey across diverse landscapes, from lush forests to treacherous mountains, they encounter a myriad of challenges and enemies. The overarching narrative centres on the malevolent sorcerer Exdeath, who seeks to plunge the world into darkness. Along the way, the heroes unravel the intricate connections between their pasts and the fate of their world, discovering hidden truths and confronting their own inner demons. Final Fantasy V stands out for its revolutionary job system, a hallmark of the series that continues to inspire modern RPGs. This system allows players to customize their party's abilities and strategies by switching between 22 unique jobs, each with its own skill set, spells, and equipment. From the valiant knight to the cunning thief, the powerful mage to the nimble ninja, players can craft a diverse and powerful team tailored to their playstyle. The job system fosters a sense of experimentation and strategic depth, encouraging players to explore different combinations and unlock hidden potential within their characters. Here is a glimpse at all of the diverse jobs available in Final Fantasy V. Fighter, the classic warrior, adept at wielding swords and axes. Knight, a stalwart defender, specialising in heavy armour and shields. Monk, a martial artist who relies on physical prowess and speed. Thief, a master of stealth and deception, skilled in stealing and evasion. The Black Mage, a powerful spellcaster who specialises in destructive magic. A White Mage, a healer and support class, adept at restoring health and dispelling ailments. The Red Mage, a versatile hybrid class combining offensive and healing magic. The Time Mage, a master of time manipulation, capable of slowing down or speeding up enemies and allies. The Summoner, a powerful spellcaster who summons ancient creatures to aid in battle. The Blue Mage, a unique class that learns spells by observing enemies. The Bard, a musical performer who can inspire allies and weaken enemies. The Dancer, a graceful fighter who uses dance to confuse and disarm opponents. The Dragoon, a powerful warrior who can jump high and attack from the air. Samurai, a skilled swordsman who can unleash powerful attacks with their katana. The Ninja is a stealthy warrior who can strike with deadly precision. The Geomancer is a spellcaster who can harness the power of the earth. Mystic Knight is a versatile class that can switch between different weapons and spells. The Berserker, a powerful warrior who sacrifices their defense for increased attack power. Mime, a unique class that can copy the abilities of the other characters. Calculator, a class that specializes in analyzing enemy weaknesses and predicting their attacks. Chemist is a class that uses alchemy to create powerful potions and bombs. The Oracle, a class that can predict the future and see through illusions. And Gilgamesh, the treasure hunter. Well, actually, no, that's not one of the classes. That's actually what we're going to be talking about next. One of the memorable characters in Final Fantasy V is Gilgamesh, a flamboyant and eccentric treasure hunter, obsessed with collecting powerful weapons and artifacts. His recurring appearances throughout the game add a touch of humour and intrigue to the narrative, as he constantly seeks to challenge the heroes and claim their prized possessions. Gilgamesh's unique personality and memorable catchphrases have made him a fan favourite. His theme music, Battle on the Big Bridge, has become an iconic part of the Final Fantasy soundtrack. The music for Final Fantasy V, once again composed by the legendary Nobuo Uematsu, is a testament to his mastery of orchestral and electronic music. The soundtrack features a diverse range of themes from epic battle sequences to melancholic melodies that evoke a sense of longing and nostalgia. Notable tracks like Dear Friends and Battle on the Big Bridge, which serves as Gilgamesh's leitmotif, have become iconic within the series, capturing the essence of friendship, adventure, and conflict. Yoshitaka Amano provided character designs and artwork for this game also. His signature blend of elegance and fantasy is evident in the character's ethereal beauty and intricate details of his illustrations. The game's cover art, featuring Bartz and Lena standing before a majestic castle, perfectly encapsulates the game's sense of wonder and the adventure. Amano's work has played a significant role in shaping the visual identity of the series, imbuing it with a timeless charm and sense of wonder. Final Fantasy V may not be as widely celebrated as some of its predecessors, but it holds a special place in the hearts of many fans. The game's engaging story and job system, the captivating soundtrack, have left a lasting legacy, influencing countless RPGs that followed. The Pixel remaster has ensured that a new generation of players can experience the magic of Final Fantasy V, solidifying its place as a timeless classic within a beloved franchise. Next, we'll talk about Final Fantasy VI, which was released in Japan on April 2nd, 1994 for the Super Famicom. It made its way to North America on October 11th, 1994, and was later released on various platforms, including the PlayStation in 1999 and the Game Boy Advance in 2007. This game is often regarded as one of the pinnacle entries of the series, showcasing the capabilities of the SNES with its stunning graphics and deep narrative. The story of Final Fantasy VI unfolds in a world dominated by the Gestalian Empire, which seeks to conquer the planet using the power of espers, magical beings that embody elemental forces. The narrative begins with Terra Branford, a young woman with mysterious powers, who is rescued from the Empire's control by a group of rebels known as the Returners. As the story progresses, players are introduced to a diverse cast of characters, each with their own backstories and motivations, who unite to oppose the Empire and its tyrannical leader, Kefka Palazzo. The game explores themes of love, sacrifice, and the struggle against depression, culminating in a battle for the fate of the world. The world of Final Fantasy VII is a tapestry of contrasting landscapes, from the bustling city of Narsh to the desolate wasteland of the World of Ruin. But it is a world in chains, held captive by the Gestalian Empire, a tyrannical force driven by the power of the Espers, beings of pure magical energy. The Empire, led by the ruthless Emperor Gestal, seeks to conquer the world and exploit the Esper's power for its own ends. Terra, a young woman with mysterious powers, is the heart of the story. She is a living weapon, a Magitech knight, created by the Empire to harness the power of espers. Terra has no memory of her past, only a sense of emptiness and a longing for something more. She is rescued from the Empire's clutches by the Returners, a group of rebels fighting for freedom. Through their kindness and the guidance of the enigmatic Locke Cole, a skilled thief and adventurer, Terra begins to rediscover her humanity and her true purpose. She struggles with her conflicted identity, torn between the life she was forced to live and the life she longs to embrace. Terra's journey is one of self-discovery, breaking free from the shackles of her past and embracing the power within. Locke is a charismatic and skilled thief. He is a member of the Returners and a key figure in Terra's awakening. He is a man of action, driven by a strong sense of justice and a deep compassion for those in need. Locke's past is shrouded in mystery, but his love for Rachel, a woman he lost to the Empire's cruelty, fuels his fight against the oppression. He is a mentor to Terra, teaching her the value of freedom and the importance of trusting her own instincts. Locke's journey is one of healing, of finding solace in the face of loss and carrying on the fight for a better world. Celeste Scher is a powerful warrior who serves as a general in the Gestalian Empire. She's a skilled swordsman and loyal soldier, but she's also a woman with a conscience, questioning the Empire's methods and the cost of its ambition. Celeste's loyalty is tested when she witnesses the Empire's cruelty firsthand, and she eventually defects to join the Returners. She's a complex character, struggling with her past loyalties and the weight of her decisions. Celeste's journey is one of redemption, of finding her own path and fighting for a world she believes in. Edgar Figaro is the young king of the Kingdom of Figaro, a land known for its technological advancements. He is a charming and charismatic leader, but he's also a skilled inventor and a master of disguise. Edgar is initially reluctant to join the rebellion, but he eventually realizes the threat posed by the Empire and throws his support behind the Returners. He brings his ingenuity and leadership skills to the fight, proving himself a valuable asset to the cause. Edgar's journey is one of growth, of learning to embrace his responsibilities and lead his people towards a brighter future. Sabin is Edgar's brother and is a warrior with a fierce spirit and a deep love for his family. He's a master of the martial art of Blitz, a series of devastating attacks that showcase his physical prowess. Sabin is a man of action, driven by a strong sense of loyalty and a desire to protect those he cares about. His journey is one of loyalty and sacrifice, of putting the needs of others before his own. And let's not forget his legendary ability to suplex a train. It seems Sabin's anger is so powerful it can even throw Doomtrain for a loop. Cyan Garamond is a warrior from the Kingdom of Doma, and he is haunted by the past. He is a master swordsman, but he is also consumed by grief and anger after the Empire's destruction of his homeland and the loss of his family. Cyan is a man of honour and tradition, struggling to reconcile his past with the present. His journey is one of healing, of learning to let go of the past and find peace in the present. The final act of Final Fantasy VII takes place in the world of Ruin, a desolate wasteland created by Kefka, a deranged sorcerer who has ascended to godhood. The world is in chaos, and the heroes must face their darkest fears and fight for the survival of humanity. The world of Ruin is a testament to the destructive power of ambition and the importance of hope in the face of despair. The heroes must overcome their own inner demons and work together to restore balance to the world. Final Fantasy VI is celebrated for several groundbreaking features that set it apart from its predecessors. Character diversity. The game boasts 14 permanent playable characters, each with unique abilities and story arcs, allowing for a rich and varied gameplay experience. The game builds upon the battle system by introducing a real-time element where characters act based on their speed, adding a layer of strategy to battles. Players can summon powerful espers to aid them in battle, and characters can learn magic by equipping these creatures, allowing for deep customization of abilities. This is the first Final Fantasy game to have multiple endings. It has various outcomes based on player choices, enhancing replayability and engagement. Final Fantasy VI is often hailed as one of the greatest video games of all time. Its innovative gameplay, compelling narrative, and memorable characters have left a lasting impact on the RPG genre. The game has influenced countless titles that followed, and its themes of rebellion and redemption resonate with players even today. The music of Final Fantasy VI was once again done by Nobuo Uematsu and is a cornerstone of its emotional storytelling. The soundtrack features a wide range of memorable tracks, including Terra's theme, a haunting melody that captures Terra's struggle and identity, Dancing Mad. This is the iconic final battle theme against Kefka, known for its intensity and complexity. Aria di Mezzocatare, a poignant piece that plays during a key moment of the story, showcasing Uematsu's ability to evoke deep emotions through music. Character designs and artwork were once again created by Yoshitaka Amano, whose distinctive style has become synonymous with the series. His illustrations blend elegance and fantasy, bringing the characters to life with intricate details. The cover art featuring Terra and other key characters encapsulates the game's epic scope and emotional depth. Amano's artwork has significantly shaped the visual identity of the Final Fantasy franchise. And next we move on to Final Fantasy VII. The story of Final Fantasy VII takes place in a dystopian future where the Shinra Electric Power Company dominates the planet, exploiting its natural resources, particularly Mako energy, for its own profit. The planet is slowly dying, its life force being drained by Shinra's relentless pursuit of power. A group of rebels known as Avalanche fights against Shinra's tyranny, hoping to protect the planet and its inhabitants. The narrative begins with Cloud Strife, a mercenary with a mysterious past, who joins Avalanche in their fight against Shinra. As the story unfolds, Cloud and his companions, including the charismatic Barrett Wallace, the skilled martial artist Tifa Lockhart, and the enigmatic Aerith Gainsborough, face not only Shinra's formidable forces, but also the threat of the legendary soldier Sephiroth, the former hero turned antagonist whose quest for power threatens the very existence of the planet. Some of the key characters are Cloud Strife, the main protagonist, a former member of Shinra's elite soldier unit, struggling with his identity and past. He carries a heavy burden of guilt and amnesia, seeking answers to his fragmented memories. Barrett Wallace, the leader of Avalanche, driven by a desire to protect the planet and his daughter Marlene. He is a gruff but compassionate leader, fighting for a better future. Tifa Lockhart, Cloud's childhood friend and a skilled martial artist who helps him navigate his troubled past. She is a pillar of strength and a source of comfort for Cloud, always believing in him. Aerith Gainsborough is a flower girl with a mysterious connection to the planet, pivotal to the story's emotional core. She embodies the planet's life force and possesses a deep empathy for all living things. Sephiroth is the primary antagonist, a legendary soldier whose actions set the events of the game in motion. He's a brilliant but corrupted individual, driven by a desire for power and control. Some of the supporting characters, particularly the non-playable ones I've got here, are the Avalanche crew, Biggs, Wedge and Jesse, who are loyal and brave members of Avalanche, each contributing their unique skills to the rebellion. The Shinra staff includes Rufus Shinra, the ambitious and ruthless son of President Shinra, Reeve Tuesti, the head of the Urban Development Program, who is conflicted about Shinra's actions, Heidegger, the head of Shinra's Public Security Division, known for his brutish tactics, Scarlet, the head of Weapons Development Division, a cold and calculating character, and Professor Hojo, a mad scientist obsessed with genetic manipulation. You also have the Turks, Rud, Reno, Tseng, and Elena, a group of elite operatives working for Shinra, each with their own unique personalities and skills. Final Fantasy VII had a profound impact on the gaming industry and popular culture. Its compelling narrative, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay set new standards for storytelling in video games. The game explored themes of environmentalism, identity, and loss, resonating with players on a deeper level. It also introduced a complex and engaging world filled with diverse cultures, rich lore, and intricate political machinations. The Final Fantasy VII soundtrack features memorable songs composed once again by Nobuo Uematsu. Some of the most iconic tracks include One Winged Angel, which is Sephiroth's main theme, a powerful and haunting melody that captures his enigmatic nature. Aerith's theme, a beautiful melancholic piece that reflects Aerith's gentle spirit and tragic fate. A Fighting, which is a driving and energetic track that accompanies many of the game's battles. Genova, an unsettling and sinister track that represents the threat posed by Sephiroth and his connection to the alien entity Genova. The iconic cover of art for Final Fantasy VII features Cloud Strife and Sephiroth facing off against the backdrop of a future city. And also the Amano artwork style of the Final Fantasy typography with the meteor. But it has also, the Final Fantasy VII has also spawned its share of spin-offs. First off, Crisis Core is a prequel to the original game, focusing on the story of Zack Fair, a young soldier who serves as the mentor to Cloud. The game takes place 7 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII, exploring Zack's journey as he rises through the ranks of soldier, confronts the growing threat of Sephiroth, and faces the consequences of his actions. Main characters in this game who haven't been mentioned from the original game are Zack Fair, the protagonist, a kind and optimistic soldier who embodies the ideals of heroism and selflessness. He's a close friend of Cloud and a vital figure in his backstory. Angie O'Hewley, a veteran soldier and Zack's mentor, who teaches him the importance of duty and honour. Genesis Rhapsodos, former soldier who has become corrupted by the power of Mako, seeking to reshape the world according to his own twisted vision. Crisis Core provides crucial backstory for Cloud and sheds light on the events leading up to Final Fantasy VII. It explores the themes of friendship, sacrifice, and the consequence of ambition, deepening the emotional impact of the original game. One of the other games that came out as part of it is Dirge of Cerberus, which is a sequel to the original game, focusing on the story of Vincent Valentine, a mysterious character who appears in the original game. The game takes place 2 years after the events of Final Fantasy VII as Vincent faces a new threat, Deep Ground, a secret organisation within Shinra that seeks to exploit the power of the planet for its own ends. Key characters in this are Vincent Valentine, the protagonist, former member of the Turks who is haunted by his past. He possesses a unique ability to transform into powerful creatures wielding dark magic. Lucretia Crescent, scientist who played a crucial role in the creation of Sephiroth and the events leading to the game's story. Nero the Sable, the leader of Deep Ground, a ruthless and ambitious individual who seeks to control the planet's life force. Dirge of Cerberus delves into the backstory of Vincent Valentine, exploring his connection to the events of Final Fantasy VII and the motivations behind his actions. It also introduces a new threat to the world, adding another layer of complexity to the Final Fantasy VII universe. It is important to note that Dirge of Cerberus deviates from the traditional RPG format, opting for a third-person shooter gameplay style. The Final Fantasy Remake Trilogy is a reimagining of the original game, offering a modern take on the classic story. The first installment, Final Fantasy VII Remake, focuses on the Midgar section of the original game, expanding upon the story, characters, and gameplay. The trilogy aims to provide a more in-depth exploration of the world and its inhabitants while maintaining the core themes and spirit of the original games. The Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is the second part of the remake trilogy, and that continues to expand upon the original story. This installment further develops character arcs, introduces new gameplay mechanics, and explores previously uncharted territories within the Final Fantasy VII universe. Players can expect a blend of nostalgia and fresh narratives as they journey through this beloved world. Next, we move on to Advent Children, which is a film set 2 years after the events of Final Fantasy VII, so roughly about the same time as Dirge of Cerberus. It follows Cloud as he grapples with his past and the lingering effects of the battle with Sephiroth. A new threat emerges, led by Kadaj, a manifestation of Sephiroth's will, seeking to restore his former power. Cloud must confront his own demons and unite with his former comrades to protect the world from this new danger. Key themes and character developments through the film is redemption, as the characters seek to overcome their past traumas and find peace. Cloud struggles with his guilt and the memories of his past, seeking to find redemption for his actions. Friendship and sacrifice, the bonds between characters are tested as they confront new threats. Cloud and his friends must rely on each other to overcome the challenges they face. Legacy, the film explores the impact of the events of Final Fantasy VII on the world and its inhabitants. The world is still recovering from the destruction caused by Sephiroth, and the characters must learn to live with the consequences of their actions. There are also 2 novels, which were written by Kazushige Nojima, who was the scenario writer for Final Fantasy VII, called Two Pasts, which delves into the backstories of characters like Zack Fair and Cloud Strife, exploring their intertwined fates and the events that shape their identities. The novel provides a deeper insight into their relationship and the events that led to Cloud's amnesia. And On the Way to a Smile, a collection of short stories that bridge the gap between the original game and Advent Children, focusing on various characters and their lives after the events of Final Fantasy VII. The stories explore the characters' struggles and triumphs as they try to rebuild their lives and find peace in a world still recovering from the trauma of the past. Next game in the series is Final Fantasy VIII, which takes place in a world where magic is woven into the fabric of life. Nations are locked in a perpetual cycle of war, fueled by the power of sorceresses and the ambition of those who seek to control them. The story begins with the Seed, an elite group of mercenaries trained at the Balam Garden Military Academy. They are tasked with maintaining peace and protecting the world from those who would threaten its delicate balance. The narrative follows Squall Leonhart, a stoic and reserved Seed, and his companions, Riona Hartley, a spirited sorceress with a rebellious spirit, Sifir Almasi, a proud and ambitious rival, Selphie Tilmet, a cheerful and optimistic sorceress, Zell Dinkt, a strong and energetic soldier, Quistis Trape, a skilled sorceress and their instructor, and Irvin Kineas, a sharpshooting Seed with a mysterious past. Their world is thrown into turmoil when Ultimisia, a powerful sorceress with a twisted vision, emerges from the shadows. Driven by a desire to merge the worlds into one, she seeks to unleash a cataclysmic event that will rewrite the fabric of history. As Squall and his companions confront Ultimisia's growing power, they discover a deeper connection to the forces at play. They learn that their destinies are intertwined, and their choices will determine the fate of the world. The story explores the themes of destiny, love, loss, and the choices we make in the face of overwhelming odds. So diving a bit into the characters, Squall is a survivor of the war that ravaged the world, orphaned and raised in a harsh orphanage. He developed a stoic exterior as a coping mechanism, struggling to connect with others and trusting few. He joins Seed seeking purpose and a sense of belonging. Throughout the game, Squall learns to open up to his companions, overcoming his emotional barriers. He develops a deep affection for Rinoa, and their relationships challenges his sense of self. His journey is one of self-discovery, learning to embrace his emotions and find strength in his connections to others. Rinoa is a member of the resistance group the Forest Owls, fighting against the oppressive forces of the Galbadian government. She's a free spirit, passionate about justice and freedom, and determined to fight for what she believes in. Rinoa's relationship with Squall challenges her own preconceptions about love and commitment. She learns to trust and rely on others, finding strength in her connection to Squall and her friends. She also discovers a deeper understanding of her own power as a sorceress and her role in shaping the world's destiny. Sifir is a proud and ambitious Seed, driven by a desire for recognition and power. He is a rival to Squall, constantly seeking to prove his superiority. He is also deeply affected by the loss of his friend, Idea, and seeks to fulfill her desires. Sifir's journey is one of self-destruction and redemption. He is manipulated by Ultimisia and becomes a pawn in her schemes, but ultimately finds his own path and confronts his past demons. Selphie is a cheerful and optimistic fighter, raised in a small village where she developed a love for nature and a strong sense of community. She joins Seed seeking adventure and a chance to make a difference in the world. Selphie brings a sense of lightheartedness and optimism to the group, reminding them of the importance of friendship and hope. She's a loyal friend and source of strength for her companions. Zell is a strong and energetic soldier, known for his enthusiasm and his unwavering loyalty to his comrades. He's a skilled fighter and a source of comic relief, often acting as the group's muscle and providing a counterpoint to Squall's stoicism. Zell's journey is one of self-discovery, learning to balance his enthusiasm with a more mature understanding of the world's complexities. He learns to rely on his friends and find strength in their shared experiences. Quistis is the group's instructor, providing guidance and support. She's a complex character, balancing her role as a teacher with her own personal struggles, having been a Seed herself in her youth. Quistis learns to trust her students and find fulfillment in guiding them on their journey. She also confronts her own past demons and learns to embrace her own power. Irvin is a sharpshooting Seed known for his cool demeanour and his deadly accuracy. He's a skilled marksman and a loyal friend, but he carries a mysterious past and hidden vulnerability. Irvin's journey is one of overcoming his past and finding a sense of belonging. He learns to trust his friends and find strength in their shared experiences. Laguna Loire is a former soldier who is haunted by the by a past he cannot escape. He is a complex character balancing a sense of humour and adventure with a deep sense of regret and responsibility. He is also a skilled pilot and a talented musician. Laguna's journey is one of redemption and reconciliation. He confronts his past mistakes and learns to forgive himself, finding solace in the love of his friends and family. Kiros Seagull is a skilled swordsman and Laguna's loyal friend. He is a quiet and stoic character, but is fiercely loyal and protective of those he cares about. His journey is one of loyalty and self-sacrifice. He is willing to put his life on the line for his friends and ultimately finds his own path to redemption. Ward Zabak is a former soldier and a skilled inventor. He is a cheerful and optimistic character, often acting as the group's comic relief. He is also a talented musician and loyal friend to Laguna. Ward's journey is one also of self-discovery and acceptance. He learns to embrace his talents and finds fulfillment in using them to help others. Idea Kramer is a powerful sorceress who is drawn to Ultimisia's schemes. She is a complex character torn between her desire to protect the world and her growing influence by Ultimisia. She is also the mother of Sephir. Idea's journey is one of manipulation and redemption. She is ultimately freed from Ultimisia's control and finds peace in her own life. Sid Kramer is the founder of the Seed organization and headmaster of Balam Garden. He dedicated his life to training and guiding young mercenaries to protect the world from threats like sorceresses and political turmoil. He's a strong believer in the power of Seed and their role in maintaining peace. Sid's development throughout the game is marked by his unwavering dedication to his students and his commitment to the greater good. He faces challenges and losses, but his resolve never wavers. He's a mentor figure to the main characters, offering guidance and support throughout their journey. Fujin and Raijin are two characters who serve as loyal followers of Sephir, a prominent character in the game. They are members of Balan Garden's disciplinary committee, where they initially act as enforcers of rules and often bully other students. Their backstory suggests they may have faced abandonment or hardship, similar to many students at Balan Garden, as the Sorceress War left many without families. This shared experience likely contributes to their strong bond with Sephir as they find a sense of belonging and purpose in their roles alongside him. Throughout the game, their development is closely tied to Sephir's journey. As Sephir becomes a knight for Sorceress Idea, they take on the roles of generals in the Galbadian army. Their loyalty to Sephir is unwavering, and they often act as a support during confrontations with the game's protagonists. However, as the story progresses, their motivations and the consequences of their actions are explored, revealing a more complex dynamic. While they initially appear as antagonists, their characterizations hint at deeper emotions and conflicts, particularly as they grapple with their allegiance to Sephir and the moral implications of their choices. And the last character we're going to cover is Ultimisia, a powerful sorceress who seeks to merge the world into one, believing it will create a perfect utopia. Her motivations are complex and shrouded in mystery, but she's driven by a desire for ultimate power and control. Final Fantasy VII boasts a soundtrack that is widely considered one of the best in the series. Some of the most iconic tracks include Eyes on Me, the game's main theme, sung by Fei Wong, a hauntingly beautiful ballad that captures the emotional core of the story. Libere Fatale, a powerful and dramatic piece that accompanies many of the game's battles. The Man with the Machine Gun, a driving and energetic track that captures the intensity of the game's action sequences. This is generally the battle theme when you're playing as Laguna, Ward and Kiros. The Extreme, a haunting and atmospheric track that reflects the game's themes of destiny and the supernatural. And Shuffle and Boogie, the song that plays when you play Triple Triad. The cover of art for Final Fantasy VII features Squall standing amidst a swirling vortex of energy with Rinoa in his arms. This artwork, created by Yoshitaka Amano, embodies the game's themes of destiny, power, and interconnectedness of the characters. The game introduces a unique system for summoning powerful creatures known as Guardian Forces. These beings grant the character special abilities, magic, and stat boosts. The game's summoning system differs from previous entries, as Guardian Forces are not simply called upon during battles. Instead, players must draw magic from enemies and junction it to their characters and guardian forces, creating a strategic and engaging system for customizing their abilities. By using the draw command in battle, players can absorb magic from enemies and store it for later use, as well as from some enemies they can draw summons. Junctioning, players can then junction this magic to their characters, enhancing their stats and abilities. This system allows for a high degree of customization, allowing players to tailor the party's strengths and weaknesses to their playstyle. And as I mentioned earlier, Triple Triad is a popular card game featured in Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII. It is a strategic and addictive minigame that players can enjoy throughout the game. Players use cards featuring characters and monsters from the game, battling against opponents to claim their cards and build their collection. The game's rules are simple, but its strategic depth makes it a compelling and engaging experience. And it was so popular that they brought it into Final Fantasy XIV when they launched the Gold Saucer there. Final Fantasy IX, we'll move on to now, is a beloved installment in the Final Fantasy series, renowned for its captivating story, memorable characters, and stunning visuals. The game takes place on the planet Gaia, a world steeped in medieval fantasy where magic and technology intertwine. The story begins with the Tantalus Theatre Troupe, a group of travelling performers led by the charismatic thief Zidane Cheval. They are hired to kidnap Princess Garnet till Alexandros XVII of Alexandria, a kingdom embroiled in a brewing war. However, the kidnapping goes awry, and Zidane and his companions find themselves entangled in a larger conflict involving powerful sorceresses, ancient summoners, and the fate of the world itself. Let's look in at the characters. Zidane is a skilled thief and member of the Tantalus Theatre Troupe. He was abandoned on Gaia by the mysterious Kuja, who left him to fend for himself. He was later found and raised by Baku, the leader of the Tantalus Troupe. Baku became a father figure to Zidane, teaching him the ways of thievery and performance. His past is shrouded in mystery, and he harbours a deep desire to find his place in the world. Throughout the game, Zidane evolves from a carefree thief to a courageous leader. He learns about his past, confronts his fears, and ultimately embraces his role in protecting those he cares about. His charisma and quick wit help him navigate complex situations and forge strong bonds with his companions. Garnet is the Princess of Alexandria, burdened by her royal duties and yearning for freedom. She longs to break free from her sheltered life and discover her true identity. She possesses the power to summon eidolons, and ancient and powerful beings. Garnet undergoes a significant transformation from a sheltered princess to a strong and independent woman. She learns to embrace her power, challenge her beliefs, and fight for what she believes in. Her journey of self-discovery leads her to question her role in the world and ultimately embrace her destiny as a summoner. Vivi Ornitier is a black mage created by the mysterious Black Mages. He struggles with his identity as an artificial being and questions his purpose in a world that views him as a tool. He is kind, gentle, and possesses a deep sense of curiosity about the world. Vivi's journey is one of self-acceptance and finding meaning in life. He learns to embrace his unique nature and find purpose in helping others. He faces the existential questions of life and death, ultimately finding solace in the bonds he forms with others. Adalbert Steiner is a loyal knight of Alexandria, sworn to protect Princess Garnet. He is a skilled swordsman, but can be rigid and flexible in his beliefs. He is initially skeptical of Zidane and his companions, but gradually learns to trust them. Steiner's journey is one of overcoming his prejudices and learning to accept change. He learns to see what is beyond his rigid beliefs and embraces the power of friendship and loyalty. He becomes a steadfast protector of Garnet and a valuable member of the group. Freya Crescent is a dragon knight from the kingdom of Burmecia. She's skilled in combat and possesses a strong sense of humour. She's searching for her lost love, a powerful dragoon named Sir Fratley. Freya's journey is one of finding closure and moving on from the past. She learns to accept the loss of her loved one and embrace her own strength. She finds solace in the bonds she forms with her companions and ultimately finds a new purpose in life. Quinn is a quirky, gender-ambiguous character obsessed with food and culinary skills. They are a member of the Q tribe, a race of mysterious beings with the ability to shapeshift. Quinn's journey is one of embracing their unique nature and finding joy in simple pleasures of life. They bring a sense of humour and lightheartedness to the group, often offering unconventional solutions to problems. Their culinary skills prove to be surprisingly helpful throughout the adventure. Aiko Carol is a young summoner who is deeply connected to the Eidolons. She is naive and innocent, but possesses a powerful connection to the mystical forces of the world. She is searching for her lost brother, who was also a summoner. Aiko's journey is one of growing up and learning about the world. She learns to embrace her power and responsibility as a summoner, while also discovering the complexities of human emotions. She forms a strong bond with Vivi, who helps her navigate the challenges of her journey. Kuja is the main antagonist, a mysterious and flamboyant creature with a deep connection to the game's themes of identity and existence. He's driven by a desire to control the world and reshape it according to his own vision. Kuja's journey is one of self-destruction and ultimately a tragic downfall. He is a complex character driven by a deep-seated sense of loneliness and desire for power. His actions are fueled by a desire to create a world where he can finally feel accepted and understood. Final Fantasy IX is celebrated for its absolutely stunning visuals, which blend traditional 2D sprites with 3D environments. The game's art style is heavily influenced by medieval fantasy, with intricate details and vibrant colours. The characters are beautifully designed, each with a unique personality reflected in their appearance. The environments are richly detailed, from the bustling streets of Alexandria to the serene landscapes of the Crystal World. The music of Final Fantasy IX is one of the most beloved in the series, composed once again by Nobuo Uematsu. The music is a masterful blend of orchestral arrangements, traditional Japanese instruments, and contemporary electronic elements. The soundtrack perfectly captures the game's themes of love, loss, and hope, with memorable melodies that evoke a range of emotions. The next game we'll be looking at is Final Fantasy X, which was released in 2001 for the PlayStation 2. It was a critical and commercial success, selling over 14 million copies worldwide. It tells the story of Tidus, a star blitzball player from Zanarkand, a city that vanished 1,000 years ago. He is suddenly transported to Spira, a world plagued by a monstrous creature called Sin. Sin is a colossal serpentine being that has terrorized Spira for 1,000 years, destroying cities and claiming countless lives. Tidus finds himself in the middle of a pilgrimage, a journey undertaken by summoners to defeat Sin and bring peace to Spira. He joins forces with Yuna, a young and compassionate summoner, and her guardians, embarking on a perilous quest to defeat Sin and uncover the truth behind Spira's tragic history. Along the way, Tidus and Yuna face a variety of challenges, from battling monstrous creatures to confronting the impressive religious authority of Yevon. They encounter a diverse cast of characters, each with their own motivations and secrets. Tidus learns to adapt to Spira's harsh realities and finds himself drawn to Yuna, who shares his desire for a brighter future. Looking at the characters, we have Tidus, a charismatic and optimistic blitzball player who is initially a fish out of water in Spira. He's a skilled athlete and a natural leader, but he's also naive and somewhat reckless. Tidus learns to adapt to his new surroundings and develops a strong bond with Yuna. He is driven by a desire to protect those he cares about, and his journey is one of self-discovery and acceptance. He struggles to come to terms with the fact that Zanarkand is gone and he may not be who he thinks he is. Yuna is a kind and compassionate summoner. She is destined to defeat Sin. She carries the weight of her role and the expectations of her people. Yuna is strong and determined, but also struggles with the burden of her destiny. She learns to embrace her own power and make her own choices, ultimately breaking free from the constraints of tradition and finding her own path. Auron is a mysterious and enigmatic warrior. Auron is a powerful guardian of Yuna. He has a tragic past and a deep connection to Sin. Auron is a mentor and a friend to Tidus, and his wisdom and guidance are invaluable. He is a stoic and reserved figure, but he possesses a deep understanding of the world and its complexities. Waka is a passionate and loyal blitzball player. He is a member of the Yevon religion and is initially skeptical of Tidus, but they eventually become close friends. Waka is a symbol of faith and tradition, and he struggles with the changing world around him. He is fiercely loyal to his friends and believes in the power of faith. Lulu is the skilled mage and Yuna's protector. Lulu is initially reserved and distant. She is deeply devoted to Yuna and will do anything to keep her safe. Lulu is a powerful warrior and a wise advisor, and her loyalty is unwavering. She is fiercely independent and often comes across as cold and aloof, but she has a deep love for Yuna and her friends. Kimari Ronso, a member of the Ronso tribe, is a skilled warrior who joins Yuna's pilgrimage. He is initially distrustful of outsiders, but he eventually learns to trust Tidus and the others. Kimari is a quiet and contemplative character, but he is fiercely loyal to his friends and his tribe. He's a powerful warrior and possesses a unique connection to the natural world. Seymour Guado is a powerful and enigmatic summoner. Seymour is a key antagonist in Final Fantasy X. He is a member of the Guado tribe, a race of tall, slender humanoids who live in an isolated region. Seymour is a skilled summoner and powerful warrior. He is driven by a desire to end the cycle of suffering in Spira. He believes the only way to achieve peace is to merge with sin and become one with it. Seymour is a complex and tragic character, and his motivations are often shrouded in mystery. Final Fantasy X is a turn-based RPG with a focus on strategic combat. Players build teams of characters, each with unique abilities and stats. The game features a sphere grid system, allowing players to customize their characters' growth and abilities. The soundtrack is iconic, featuring memorable melodies and powerful orchestral arrangements. Some of the most notable tracks include Suteki Dane, a beautiful haunting love theme that captures the essence of Tidus and Yuna's relationship, to Zanarkand, a grand and epic theme that evokes the lost city and its vibrant culture. Otherworld, hard-driving rock theme that underscores the mystery and intrigue of Spira, and Eternal Calm, a peaceful and serene theme that reflects the hope and resilience of the people of Spira. The cover art for Final Fantasy X shows a stunning illustration, once again by Yoshitaka Amano. The artwork prominently features Tidus and Yuna, game's main protagonists, set against a backdrop that evokes the mystical world of Spira. Tidus is depicted in a dynamic pose, capturing his energetic and athletic nature as a blitzball player. His expression reflects a mix of determination and curiosity, embodying his journey from familiar world of Zanarkand to the unknown challenges of Spira. Yuna, on the other hand, is portrayed with a serene and graceful demeanour, symbolising her role as a summoner. Her flowing garments and gentle expression on her face convey a sense of hope and compassion, which are central themes to the game. The colour palette used in the artwork blends vibrant blues and soft pastels, enhancing the dreamlike quality of the piece. The combination not only highlights the characters, but also immerses the player in the enchanting atmosphere of the game. The game explores the role of religion in society, the power of belief, and the challenges of reconciling faith with reason. The characters grapple with their destinies and the choices they make. The game raises questions about whether our lives are predetermined or if we have the power to shape our own paths. The characters experience loss and grief in many forms, from the death of loved ones to the loss of their home and culture. The game explores the healing process and the importance of finding meaning in the face of tragedy. The characters struggle to find their place in the world and define their own identities. They navigate complex relationships and learn to accept themselves for who they are. The game features stunning visual graphics for its time, with detailed environments, expressive characters, and cinematic cutscenes. The game's unique art style blends realism with fantasy, creating a distinctive and memorable visual experience. It also went on to spawn a sequel in 2003, Final Fantasy X-2, which went on to sell over 6 million copies worldwide. This is set 2 years after the events of Final Fantasy X. Spira is experiencing a period of relative peace, but the lingering effect of Sin's reigns are still felt. Yuna, no longer a summoner, has become a sphere hunter, seeking out spheres that hold memories of the past. She is joined by Riku, the cheerful and energetic Albed, who is a key member of the party in Final Fantasy X, and Pain, a stoic, mysterious warrior who has a troubled past. The three embark on a journey to uncover the secrets of Spira's history, seeking answers to questions that have haunted them since the defeat of Sin. Their journey takes them across Spira, where they encounter a variety of characters from old friends to new enemies. They face challenges, both physical and emotional, as they grapple with the weight of the past and the certainty of the future. Yuna, Riku, and Pain must learn to trust each other and work together if they hope to find the answers they seek. Yuna is now a confident and independent young woman, having shed the burden of being a summoner. She is still compassionate and caring, but is also determined to find her own path in life. She is no longer bound by tradition and willing to challenge the status quo. Riku is still her cheerful and energetic self, but she is now more mature and self-assured. She is a skilled machinist and a valuable asset to the team. She is fiercely loyal to her friends and always willing to help those in need. Pain is a stoic and mysterious warrior who has a troubled past. She is skilled in combat and a master of the machina. She is initially reluctant to open up to others, but she gradually develops a bond with Yuna and Riku. She is a powerful force to be reckoned with, and her determination is unyielding. Shuyin is a powerful and enigmatic character who plays a significant role in the story of Final Fantasy X-2. He is a former summoner who was betrayed by his own people and forced to become a monster. He is haunted by his past and seeks revenge for those who wronged him. LeBlanc is a charming and charismatic character who is a member of the Youth League, a group that seeks to overthrow the current government. That doesn't seem right. Why did I write that? LeBlanc is a rival sphere hunter. And that's all I'm going to add for now because I can't remember what I would have written in the script. Final Fantasy X-2 is a turn-based RPG with a focus on strategic combat. The game features a sphere grid system, allowing... well, it's more like dress spheres, which allow players to change their outfits and abilities. The soundtrack to Final Fantasy X-2 is also pretty memorable, featuring upbeat and catchy tunes that capture the spirit of the game's more light-hearted tone. Some of the most notable tracks include Real Emotion, a powerful and emotional theme that captures the essence of Yuna's journey. 1,000 Words, a catchy and upbeat theme that reflects the energy and excitement of the game's world. And The Promise, a beautiful and haunting theme that underscores the game's themes of love and loss. For Final Fantasy X-2, Amano's cover art takes a different approach, reflecting on the game's more upbeat and adventurous tones. The artwork features Yuna, Riku, and Pain, each showcasing their unique personalities and styles. Yuna is depicted in her songstress outfit, which is colourful and lively, symbolising her transformation from a sombre summoner to a confident sphere hunter. Her pose is dynamic, suggesting movement and energy, which aligns with the game's more action-oriented gameplay. Riku is illustrated with her characteristic playful and mischievous expression, embodying her cheerful and energetic spirit. Her outfit is vibrant and reflects her Albed heritage, adding a layer of cultural depth to her character. Pain, in contrast, is portrayed with a more stoic and serious demeanour, emphasising her mysterious nature. Her design incorporates darker colours, which highlight her role as the group's protector and strategist. The overall composition of the artwork is lively and colourful, with a sense of camaraderie among the characters. This reflects the game's themes of friendship, adventures, and the quest for identity. The characters continue to grapple with their identities and their place in the world. They explore the meaning of faith and tradition, and they challenge the established order. The game explores the themes of hope and resilience as the characters face challenges and overcome adversity. They learn to embrace their strengths and find meaning in their lives. The game explores the power of memory and its ability to shape our understanding of the past and future. The characters learn to confront their pasts and find healing through the process of remembering. The game builds upon the visual style of Final Fantasy X, featuring detailed environments, expressive characters, and cinematic cutscenes. The game's unique art style continues to blend realism with fantasy, creating a distinctive and memorable visual experience. Final Fantasy XI, also known as FF11 Online, is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG, developed and published by Square Enix. Released in 2002, it was groundbreaking as it was the first cross-console MMORPG, allowing players to connect from Windows, PS2, and later Xbox 360. The game immerses players in the worlds of Vana'diel, where they can create characters, embark on quests, and interact with thousands of other players in real time. The MMO format emphasises social interaction, teamwork, and community, as players often form parties or alliances to tackle challenging content. FF11 has seen several expansions that have significantly enriched its gameplay and narrative depth. The major expansions include The Rise of the Zilart, which introduced new areas, quests, and the storyline involving the ancient civilization of the Zilart. Chains of Promathia focused on a darker narrative, adding new jobs, areas, and a complex storyline that deepened the lore of Vana'diel. Treasures of At Argan opened up the new continent of At Argan, introducing new jobs and a unique storyline centered around the conflict with the Beastmen. Wings of the Goddess allowed players to explore the past of Vana'diel, including featuring time travel mechanics and new gameplay elements. And Seekers of Adulin introduced new gameplay mechanics, including the ability to recruit NPC allies, and expanded the world further. Final Fantasy XI features a diverse job system that allows players to choose from a variety of classes, with each with unique abilities and roles in combat. Players can level any or all of the jobs in a single character. Here are some of the notable classes. Warrior, a strong melee fighter with high HP and damage output. White Mage, a healer class that specialises in restorative magic. Black Mage, a powerful spellcaster focused on dealing damage to elemental magic. Paladin, a tank class that excels in defence and protecting allies. Thief, a nimble class that specialises in stealing and dealing critical damage. Summoner, a unique class that can summon powerful creatures to aid in battle. The job system encourages players to experiment with different roles and strategies, fostering a dynamic gameplay experience. The music of Final Fantasy XI plays a crucial role in enhancing the game's atmosphere and storytelling. The soundtrack was composed by Naoshi Mizuta, along with regular series composer Nobuo Uematsu and Kumi Tanioka. The music features a variety of themes that reflect the diverse environments and emotional moments within the game. Some notable tracks include the Vana'diel March, the iconic theme that captures the essence of adventure in Vana'diel, the battle theme, a dynamic composition that intensifies the excitement of combat, Chateau d'Oragul, a serene piece that evokes the beauty of the game's landscapes, and the soundtrack has been well received, with many players praising its ability to immerse them in the world of Vana'diel. Yoshitaka Amano's cover art for Final Fantasy XI is renowned for its style. His artwork not only serves as a visual representation of the game, but also encapsulates the themes and characters. Some notable pieces include the artwork for Rise of the Zilart, which features a striking depiction of the Zilart civilizations, showcasing its grandeur and majesty. The Wings of the Goddess cover art highlights the game's time travel elements, with characters set against a backdrop of historical significance. And Seekers of Adulin, it reflects the expansion's themes of exploration and discovery, featuring vibrant colours and dynamic character poses. Overall, the Final Fantasy XI has made a significant impact on the MMO scene, setting standards for community engagement, storytelling, and gameplay mechanics that many subsequent games have sought to emulate. Its legacy continues to influence new titles and maintain a dedicated player base, showcasing the enduring appeal of its world gameplay. Next up, we'll look at Final Fantasy XII, the trilogy. It's 13, it's a trilogy. Final Fantasy XII, which takes place in the world of Ivalice, a land steeped in history and magic. The story unfolds amidst a tumultuous war between the mighty Arcadian Empire, driven by a desire for conquest, and the Rosarian Empire, seeking to maintain its power. Caught in the crossfire is the small kingdom of Dalmasca, a nation rich in culture and heritage. The game's narrative follows Van, a street urchin who dreams of escaping his impoverished life and becoming a sky pirate. After the Arcadian Empire conquers Dalmasca, killing Van's brother and forcing the royal family into exile, Van finds himself thrust into a desperate fight for survival. He becomes entangled with Princess Ashe, the rightful heir to the Dalmascan throne, who is determined to reclaim her kingdom and avenge her fallen loved ones. Together they embark on a perilous journey filled with danger, political intrigue, and the hope of restoring peace to Ivalice. The game features a compelling cast of characters, each with their own motivations, complexities, and unique roles in the story. Van, the game's protagonist, is a young spirited orphan who yearns for a life of adventure. He is initially driven by a desire for personal gain, but as he witnesses the suffering caused by the war, he develops a strong sense of justice and desire to protect those he cares about. His journey represents the transformation from naive street urchin to courageous hero. Princess Ashe, the rightful heir to the Damascan throne, is a regal and determined woman who carries the weight of her kingdom's fate on her shoulders. She's driven by a deep sense of duty and a burning desire to avenge her husband's death and liberate her people. Her journey is one of resilience, leadership, and the struggle to reconcile her personal grief with the responsibility of leading a nation. Balthier is a charismatic and enigmatic sky pirate. Balthier is a skilled pilot and a cunning strategist. He initially appears aloof and self-serving, but beneath his charming facade lies a complex and intriguing character. He is driven by a thirst for adventure and a desire to carve his own path in the world. His journey explores themes of freedom, loyalty, and the choices we make in the face of adversity. Fran is Balthier's loyal companion and a member of the Vieira race. Fran is a skilled warrior with a quiet and stoic demeanour. She is deeply devoted to Balthier and possesses a strong sense of honour and justice. Her journey highlights the importance of loyalty, trust, and the strength found in unwavering companionship. Bash von Rosenberg is a former Dalmascan knight falsely accused of treason. He is a skilled warrior with a deep sense of justice and a desire for redemption. He is initially imprisoned by the Arcadian Empire, but eventually joins forces with Van and Ashe in their fight for liberation. His journey explores the themes of betrayal, forgiveness, and the search for truth. Pinello is Van's childhood friend. They are kind and compassionate young women who provide much needed sense of normalcy and support for Van throughout his journey. She's a strong-willed individual who stands by her friends and believes in the power of hope. Her journey highlights the importance of friendship, love, and the unwavering belief in the good of humanity. The Gambit system is a unique mechanic introduced in Final Fantasy XII, which revolutionized the way players approach combat. This system allows players to create complex strategies and automate their party's actions, freeing them to focus on tactical decisions and enjoy the narrative. Each gambit consists of 3 elements. Target, where the entity the action will be directed towards, ally, foe, self. Condition, the specific situation that must be met for the action to trigger, for example, less than half HP or enemy is weak to fire. Action, the command to execute when the condition is satisfied, for example, cure or fire. By combining these elements, players can create an intricate web of actions that respond dynamically to the changing circumstances of battle. For example, a gambit could be set up to automatically heal a party member when their HP falls below a certain threshold, or use a powerful attack against an enemy when they are vulnerable to a specific element. This system not only adds a layer of strategic depth to combat, but also allows players to customize their party's behaviour to suit their individual playstyles. It encourages experimentation and rewards players who are willing to think outside the box and create innovative strategies. Final Fantasy XII also introduces a unique job system called the License Board, which replaces the traditional class system found in previous Final Fantasy games. This system offers players unparalleled flexibility in customizing their characters' abilities and progression. So the license board is a large grid-based system with nodes representing various abilities, spells, and stat boosts. As characters gain experience, they'll earn license points, which can be spent to unlock new nodes on the board. Each character has their own unique license board, tailored to their strengths and weaknesses. The license board also allows players to choose different paths for their characters, specialising them in specific roles or creating unique hybrid builds. Now, there are some benefits to this, like the flexibility. The system allows for a wide range of character builds, encouraging experimentation and strategic thinking. Players can also tailor their characters to their playstyle and preferences, creating unique combinations of abilities and stats. And it's also very non-linear, so you can unlock abilities in a non-linear fashion, enabling players to choose the path that best suits their needs. The license board significantly impacts the game's combat and character development. It allows players to create specialised builds such as powerful mages, agile rogues, or versatile hybrid classes. This flexibility encourages strategic thinking and experimentation, adding depth and replayability to the game. The music for Final Fantasy XII is a masterpiece of orchestral composition, primarily created by Hitoshi Sakimoto, a renowned composer known for his work on numerous video games and anime. The soundtrack is characterised by its epic scope, its ability to evoke a wide range of emotions, and its seamless integration into the game's world. While Sakimoto composed the majority of the soundtrack, Nobuo Uematsu, the iconic composer of the entire series, contributed the theme song Kiss Me Goodbye, performed by Angela Aki. This song, with its poignant lyrics and soaring melody, perfectly encapsulates the emotional core of the game, conveying themes of loss, hope, and the enduring power of love. The music of Final Fantasy XII enhances the atmosphere of Ivalice, creating a sense of grandeur and wonder in the game's vast landscapes, while also adding depth and emotional weight to its pivotal moments. The soundtrack is a testament to the power of music to enhance storytelling and create a truly immersive experience. The cover art of Final Fantasy XII was created by, once again, Yoshitaka Amano. The cover art features a captivating depiction of the game's key characters, each rendered with Amano's signature style, capturing their personalities and roles in the story. The artwork's colour palette is vibrant and evocative, reflecting the diverse environments and cultures of Ivalice. Final Fantasy XII explores a wide range of thematic elements, reflecting the complexities of the human condition and the challenges of navigating a world in conflict. Some of the game's most prominent themes include war and politics. The game delves into the devastating consequences of war, exploring its impact on individuals, nations, and the very fabric of society. It examines the complexities of political intrigue, the struggle for power, and the moral dilemmas faced by those caught in the crossfire. Characters also grapple with their identities and destinies, seeking to define their place in the world amidst the chaos and uncertainty of war. Ash, for example, must confront her royal heritage and the weight of her responsibility to her people, while also grappling with her personal grief and the desire for freedom. The bonds between the characters are central to the narrative, highlighting the importance of camaraderie, trust, and unwavering support in overcoming adversity. Van's journey is defined by the friendships he forms with Ash, Balthier, and Fran, and these relationships provide him with strength, guidance, and a sense of purpose. Realpolitik, the game presents a realistic portrayal of political intrigue, where characters must navigate deception, ambition, and the often unscrupulous nature of power. The story explores the consequences of political manoeuvring, the struggle for control, and the moral compromises that individuals may be forced to make. Despite the darkness and despair that permeate the world of Final Fantasy XII, the game ultimately celebrates the enduring power of hope and resilience. Characters face immense challenges, but they never give up on their dreams and their belief in a better future. The story emphasises the importance of fighting for what is right, even in the face of overwhelming odds, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. Final Fantasy XII is a complex and multifaceted game that offers a rich tapestry of storytelling, innovative gameplay, and artistic expression. It's Its captivating narrative, compelling characters, strategic depth, and profound thematic elements make it a standout title within the Final Fantasy series. So now we'll look at Final Fantasy XIII trilogy, which was originally released in December 19th, 2009 in Japan, March 9th, 2010 in North America, Europe, and Australia. Originally on the Xbox 360 and PS3, with later ports to the PC as well as remastered versions. Final Fantasy XIII is set in the world of Cocoon, a floating utopia governed by the Sanctum and Grand Pulse, a vast untamed land below. The story follows Lightning, a former soldier, and her companions who are branded as l'Cie, tasked with a mission that could lead to the destruction of Cocoon. As they navigate their fates, they confront the oppressive regime and uncover the truth about their world. One of the things that this game brought to the series was an innovative new combat system called the Paradigm Shift system, which allowed players to switch character roles, so Commander, Ravager, Sentinel, etc., in real time, creating dynamic strategies during battle. The game is known for its breathtaking visuals and detailed character designs. The soundtrack for Final Fantasy XI was primarily composed by Masashi Hamauzu, featuring a blend of orchestral and electronic music. Notably, Nobuo Uematsu contributed the song My Hands, which captured the emotional sense of the game. Here are a few of the other significant tracks from the soundtrack. The Promise, a poignant theme that encapsulates the emotional journey of the characters. Fang's theme, a powerful piece that reflects the strength and determination of the character Oerba Yun Fang. Eternal Love, an insert song that plays during key emotional moments of the game. The cover art for Final Fantasy XIII features Lightning in a dynamic pose, symbolising her strength and determination, set against a backdrop that reflects the game's themes of conflict and destiny. So we'll cover some of the notable characters here. First up is Lightning, whose real name in the game is Claire Farron, a former soldier of the Cocoon military. Lightning is fiercely independent and determined. She fights to protect her sister Sarah and is driven by a strong sense of justice. Throughout the game, she evolves from a lone warrior to a leader who inspires her companions. Lightning's journey is marked by her struggle to reconcile her past and her responsibilities as a l'Cie. She learns to trust her allies and embrace her role as a protector. Next up we have Sarah, who's Lightning's younger sister, and is initially introduced as a l'Cie who seeks to save Cocoon. Her transformation into a l'Cie sets the events of the game into motion. Sarah grows from a supporting character to a central figure in the narrative, showcasing her strength and independence as she fights along her friends. Snow Villiers is a passionate and headstrong character. Snow is the leader of a resistance group fighting against the Sanctum called Nora. He is deeply in love with Sarah and determined to protect her at all costs. Snow's journey involves learning to balance his impulsive nature with the need for strategy and teamwork. Hope Estheim is a young boy who becomes a l'Cie after witnessing the death of his mother during a Sanctum attack. He initially struggles with feelings of helplessness and anger. Hope evolves from a timid boy into a courageous fighter, learning to harness his ability and take charge of his destiny. Zas Katzroy is a father searching for his son. Zas is a skilled pilot with a deep sense of loyalty. He carries a chocobo chick in his hair, which adds a light-hearted touch to his character. Throughout the game, Zas grapples with his past and his responsibilities as a father, ultimately finding strength in his companions. Oerba Yun Fang is a fierce warrior from Grand Pulse. Fang is a l'Cie with a strong sense of duty. She is deeply connected to her homeland and fights to protect it. Fang's journey involves reconciling her past and her role as a protector, as well as her relationship with Vanille. Oerba Dea Vanille is a l'Cie with a mysterious past. Vanille is deeply connected to Fang and shares a common goal. Her past actions are shrouded in mystery and she seeks redemption for her mistakes. Vanille's journey involves confronting her past and finding her place in the new world, while also learning to trust others and embrace her role in the fight against the fal'Cie. And that moves us on to Final Fantasy 13-2, which came out in Japan December 31st, 2011 and January 31st, 2012 in North America and Europe for PS3, Xbox 360 and later on PC. And it continues the story of Lightning's sister, Sarah Farron, and a new character, Noel Kreese, as they travel through time to prevent a catastrophic future. The game explores themes of choice and consequence, allowing players to influence the timeline and outcomes of events. So players can explore different timelines and locations, affecting the story's progression. Players can capture and train monsters to fight alongside them in battle. And the soundtrack features compositions by Masashi Hamauzu from the original game, with contributions from Naoshi Mizuta and Mitsuto Suzuki. While Uematsu did not directly contribute to this, the music maintains the series' high standards and emotional depth. Significant tracks include New Bodom, a lively theme that captures the essence of the game's setting, Sarah's theme, which is a beautiful piece that reflects Sarah's character and her journey, and The Last Hunter, an intense track that plays during key battles. Amano's artwork for this one continues with his distinctive style, depicting Sarah and Noel against a vibrant, fantastical background that reflects the game's themes of time and destiny. Sarah Farron is now a central character and is determined to find Lightning to save her world from impending doom. Sarah's growth is evident as she takes on a more active role, showcasing her strength and resolve. Noel Kreese is a time traveller from the future and is on a quest to save the world from destruction. He carries the burden of knowing the fate of his world. Noel grapples with his role as a saviour and the weight of his knowledge, ultimately learning to forge his own path. Vanille is a returning character, and she seeks redemption for her actions in the previous game. Her journey involves confronting her past and finding a place in the world now. And then that moves us on to Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, which released November 21st, 2013 in Japan, February 11th, 2014 in the rest of the world. Once again, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. In Lightning Returns, players control Lightning as she embarks on a quest to save the souls of humanity in a world on the brink of destruction. With limited time to complete her mission, the game emphasises urgency and the consequences of choices made throughout the journey. Notable features in this is a real-time clock. The game features a unique time management system where players must complete quests within a set time frame. Players can also customise Lightning's abilities and outfits, allowing for varied combat styles. The soundtrack is once again composed by Masashi Hamauzu and features a mix of orchestral and electronic elements, enhancing the game's emotional and dramatic moments. Significant tracks do include Lightning's theme, a powerful piece that embodies Lightning's character and her journey. The Last Day, a haunting track that reflects the urgency of the game's narrative. And The World Ends, an emotional piece that plays during pivotal moments of the story. Amano's artwork for this game showcases Lightning in a striking pose, embodying her role as a saviour. The art reflects the game's themes of sacrifice, redemption, with a visually stunning backdrop. Notable characters here are Lightning, now a saviour. Lightning must navigate a world on the brink of collapse, tasked with saving humanity's souls. Lightning's journey culminates in her acceptance of her role and the sacrifices she must make for the greater good. Sarah plays a crucial role in guiding Lightning, representing hope and the connection to the past. Her presence serves as a reminder of Lightning's motivations and the importance of family. Noel returns to assist Lightning, embodying the struggle between fate and free will. His character arc explores the themes of redemption and the impacts of choices. Throughout the trilogy, characters undergo significant development. Lightning evolves from a soldier with a singular focus to a protector of humanity, grappling with her past and responsibilities. Sarah transforms from a supporting character to a central figure, showcasing her growth and independence. Noel represents the struggle between fate and free will as he seeks to change the future. Hope learns to harness his abilities and take charge of his destiny, moving from a timid boy to a courageous fighter. Snow balances his impulsive nature with the need for strategy and teamwork, growing into a more reliable leader. Fang reconciles her past and role as a protector, deepening her relationships with her companions. Vanille confronts her past and finds her place in the new world, learning to trust others and embrace her role in the fight against the Fal'Cie. The trilogy explores several recurring themes: fate versus free will, family and relationships, sacrifice and redemption, and while each game can stand alone, they are interconnected. Final Fantasy XIII sets the stage for the events of 13-2, where the consequences of the first game's actions are explored. Lightning Returns ties up loose ends from the previous titles, providing closure to character arcs and overarching narratives. And now we'll move on to Final Fantasy XIV, which originally released September 30th, 2010 for Windows. However, it was met with widespread criticism for its buggy gameplay, technical issues, and a lackluster story. So what happened was, 3 years later, August 27, 2013, A Realm Reborn came out, which was a significant turning point for the game. Square Enix essentially rebuilt the game from the ground up, addressing the shortcomings of the original version. The relaunched version was released for Windows, PS3, and later on PS4. The game has since expanded to PS5 and Xbox Series X, and this marks a significant step for the franchise, making it available on a wider range of platforms. Final Fantasy XIV is set in the sprawling world of Eorzea, a realm brimming with diverse cultures, vibrant cities, and treacherous wilderness. The players create their own unique character, known as an adventurer, and embark on a journey filled with quests, battles, and explorations. The core narrative revolves around the Calamity, a cataclysmic event caused by the release of the Elder Primal Bahamut. This event reshapes the world, leaving Eorzea in ruins. Players assume the role of the Warrior of Light, a chosen hero tasked with restoring peace and order to the realm. The transition from a single-player Final Fantasy experience to an online multiplayer world was a bold move for Square Enix. The original Final Fantasy XIV was criticised for its lack of polish, its inability to capture the essence of what made the series successful. The decision to rebuild the game from the ground up with A Realm Reborn was a gamble that ultimately paid off. A Realm Reborn introduced a more refined and engaging experience, emphasising cooperative gameplay, community interaction, and it has a rich, evolving world. And in the world of Eorzea, it's populated by a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique personalities and motivations. Here are some of the most notable NPCs. Thancred Waters, a skilled rogue and a member of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a group of adventurers dedicated to protecting Eorzea. Thancred is a loyal friend and key ally in the fight against darkness. He has a mysterious past and a complex relationship with the Warrior of Light. Y'shtola Rule, a powerful sorceress and member of the Scions, known for her wisdom, intelligence, and combat prowess. She often acts as the voice of reason and provides guidance to the Warrior of Light. Alphinaud and Alice Levailleur, twin siblings who are central to the narrative, representing the next generation of heroes. Alphinaud is a scholarly and strategic thinker, while Alice is more impulsive and adventurous. Selk is a powerful and enigmatic antagonist introduced in later expansions. He is a representative of the Ascians, an ancient and powerful race that seeks to reshape the world. Selk embodies the complexities of the game's lore and presents a significant challenge to the Warrior of Light. The job system in Final Fantasy XIV offers players a vast array of classes and specializations, allowing them to customize their playstyle and role within a party. The system is designed to be flexible, enabling players to switch between jobs by simply changing their equipped weapon. Here is a breakdown of the key job categories. Disciples of War. These jobs focus on combat and include melee, ranged, and magical specializations. Melee classes are Warrior, Paladin, Dark Knight, Samurai, Gunbreaker. Ranged are Bard, Machinist, and Dancer. Magical are Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, Blue Mage, and Scholar. There are other jobs that have been added to the game since I last played, but these are the ones from the last time I played. Disciples of the Hand, these jobs focus on creating, allowing players to create items and materials. These being blacksmith, armorer, goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver, alchemist, and culinarian. And Disciples of the Land, these jobs focus on gathering, primarily used for crafting, miner, botanist, and fisher. Final Fantasy XIV has seen a series of expansions, each adding new content, storyline, and gameplay mechanics, enriching the world of Eorzea and expanding the narrative. Heavensward, released in June 2015, takes players to the soaring city of Ishgard, a nation isolated from the rest of Eorzea due to a long-standing conflict with the dragons. Players delve into the complex relationship between Ishgard and the dragons, exploring themes of faith, redemption, and the consequences of war. Stormblood, released in June 2017, where players will join the resistance against the Garlean Empire, a technologically advanced nation that seeks to conquer Eorzea. The expansion focuses on the themes of liberation, freedom, and the struggle against oppression. Players travel to the exotic land of Alamigo, a nation under Garlean rule, and fight to reclaim its independence. Shadowbringers was released in July 2019, and this expansion includes a dramatic shift in the narrative, sending players on a journey to the First, a parallel world that is slowly being consumed by the flood of light. Players become the warrior of darkness, tasked with saving the First and restoring balance to the world. The expansion delves into the themes of sacrifice, redemption, and the nature of existence. Endwalker, released in December 2021, brings the Hydaelyn and Zodiac saga from Shadowbringers to a dramatic conclusion. Players confront the ultimate threat to Eorzea and explore the origins of the world and the forces that shape its destiny. The expansion features a captivating story, stunning visuals, and challenging new content. Dawntrail, released July 2024, continues from the events of Endwalker, as the Warrior of Light, Creel, and Alphino and Alice head towards the westernmost continent of Tural by the request of Uematsu, the daughter of Galul Jaja, the current leader of Tuliolal, to aid in a contest for leadership of the land. The music of Final Fantasy XIV is a significant part of its identity, with a captivating soundtrack that enhances the emotional impact of the game's narrative and gameplay. While Nobuo Uematsu composed several tracks for the original version of the game, he did not directly contribute to the expansions. However, his influence is felt throughout the series, shaping its overall musical direction. Notable tracks include Answers. This theme encapsulates the emotional depth of the game, often playing during pivotal moments of the story. Torn from the Heavens, a powerful orchestral piece that evokes a sense of grandeur and drama, often associated with key moments of the story. Yoshitaka Amano, the renowned artist known for his distinctive style, has created cover art for various expansions of Final Fantasy XIV. His artwork reflects the themes and characters of the expansion, capturing the essence of the game's narrative and aesthetic. Each cover art piece serves as a visual representation of the journey players embark in Eorzea. The community surrounding Final Fantasy XIV has played a significant role in the game's success. It is known for its welcoming and inclusive atmosphere, fostering a positive environment compared to many other MMORPGs. The game encourages collaboration through group content such as raids and LTEs, like fates as they're called. Moving on to Final Fantasy XV, which tells the tale of Prince Noctis Lucius Caelum, heir to the throne of the technologically advanced Kingdom of Lucius. The story begins with Noctis leaving his home in Insomnia to marry Lunafreya Nox Florette, the Oracle, in a political alliance aimed at securing peace with the technologically superior Niflheim Empire. However, the Empire launches a surprise attack on Insomnia, leading to the fall of the city and the disappearance of Noctis' father, King Regis. Driven by grief and a sense of duty, Noctis embarks on a journey across the vast and diverse world of Eos alongside his loyal companions Gladiolus Amicita, his bodyguard and confidant Ignis Scientia, his strategist and friend, and Prompto Argentum, his cheerful and light-hearted companion. Along their perilous journey, they encounter a variety of allies and enemies, uncovering hidden truths about the world and their own destinies. The narrative explores themes of brotherhood, loss, and the struggle against overwhelming odds, culminating in a climactic confrontation with the Niflheim Empire and its enigmatic leader, Arden Izunia. So the key characters in this game are Noctis, the protagonist. He's a young prince burdened with the weight of his destiny. He's a skilled swordsman, possesses the power to manipulate time and space, and is destined to become the King of Light. Despite his regal upbringing, Noctis is a kind and compassionate individual who deeply values his friends. He struggles with the responsibility of his role, often questioning his ability to lead and fulfill his destiny. Gladio is Noctis' loyal protector and a skilled warrior. He is a member of the Amesita family, a lineage of warriors sworn to protect the Lucius royal family. Gladio is a stoic and serious individual, deeply devoted to Noctis and his friends. He is a source of strength and guidance for Noctis, providing him with practical advice and emotional support. He's a master swordsman and a formidable fighter, often acting as the group's front line. Ignis is Noctis' strategist, confidant and friend. He is a brilliant tactician and a skilled chef, often providing the group with meals and advice. Ignis is a calm and collected individual, always looking ahead and planning for the future. He is deeply loyal to Noctis and his friends, always putting their needs before his own. He plays a crucial role in navigating the complex political landscape and guiding Noctis towards his destiny. Prompto is the cheerful and light-hearted member of the group, often providing comic relief and a sense of optimism. He's a skilled photographer and capable fighter, using a variety of firearms and gadgets in battle. Prompto's origins are shrouded in mystery, and he struggles to find his place in the world. He is a loyal friend to Noctis, always willing to put himself in danger for his sake. Lunafreya is the Oracle, a powerful woman with the ability to communicate with the gods. She is destined to marry Noctis and become the Queen of Lucius. Lunafreya is a kind and compassionate individual, deeply devoted to her people and her role as the Oracle. She is a source of strength and hope for Noctis, reminding him of his purpose and the importance of his mission. Regis is Noctis' father and the late King of Lucius. He is a wise and compassionate ruler, deeply devoted to his kingdom and son. Regis is a skilled warrior and powerful leader, known for his unwavering determination to protect his people. His legacy weighs heavily on Noctis, inspiring him to become a worthy successor. And Arden Izunia is the primary antagonist of the game. He is a powerful and enigmatic figure with a complex past. He is a former royal advisor who was ostracized and branded as a heretic. Driven by a thirst for revenge and a desire to reshape the world, Arden seeks to destroy Lucius and Noctis. He possesses immense power, including the ability to manipulate magic and control the undead. Arden's motivations are shrouded in mystery, and his true nature is revealed gradually throughout the game. Final Fantasy XV features a real-time combat system that emphasizes action and strategy. Key elements include active combat, where players directly control Noctis, utilizing a combination of melee, magic, and special abilities. Noctis can warp to different locations in battle, allowing for strategic positioning and evasive maneuvers. Players can also execute powerful team attacks with allies, enhancing combat dynamics. And the game offers active mode for fast-paced action and wait mode for more strategic approach, allowing players to plan out their moves. Players can master various weapons, each with unique abilities and combat styles. And Noctis can utilize magic, including elemental spells and powerful attacks. Final Fantasy XV explores several profound themes, including brotherhood. The bond between Noctis and his friends is the central narrative, highlighting loyalty, camaraderie, and the importance of shared experiences. Fate and destiny. The characters grapple with their destinies and the choices they make in the face of overwhelming odds. Sacrifice. The story emphasizes the sacrifices made for love, friendship, and duty, particularly in the context of Noctis' journey. Loss and grief. The characters experience loss and grief throughout the game, dealing with the death of loved ones and the consequences of their actions. Hope and redemption. Despite facing seemingly unsurmountable odds, the characters hold on to hope and strive for redemption, seeking to create a better future for themselves and the world. While So the soundtrack for this game was primarily composed by Yoko Shimomura, known for her work in the Kingdom Hearts series. Notable tracks from this game include Stand By Me. This song is performed by English indie rock band Florence and the Machine and serves as the opening theme of the game. Its emotional depth and powerful lyrics resonate with the theme of friendship and perseverance that are central to Noctis' journey. This is a cover of the Benny King song, Somnus, a haunting theme that encapsulates the game's emotional depth, often playing during moments of introspection and reflection. Apocalypsis Noctis, a powerful orchestral piece that plays during key moments in the story, particularly during battles and dramatic events. Stand Your Ground, a driving and energetic track that captures the intensity of combat, often used during action sequences. The Chocobos, a light-hearted and whimsical track that plays during scenes involving the iconic Chocobo creatures, providing a sense of joy and nostalgia. The cover art, once again, for this game is created by Yoshitaka Amano. His artwork reflects the themes of the characters in the game, capturing the essence of Noctis' journey around the world of Eos. The logo for this game is not significant only for its artistic value, but also for its dynamic nature, changing based on whether the game has been completed or not. So before completing the game, the logo prominently features Lunafreya, symbolising her crucial role in the story and her connection to Noctis. This representation reflects the themes of hope and destiny that permeate the narrative. After completing the game, the logo transforms to include both Lunafreya and Noctis. This change signifies the culmination of their journey and the bond they share, emphasising the themes of love, sacrifice, and their intertwining fates. This evolving logo not only enhances the visual identity of the game, but also serves as a narrative device, reflecting the player's journey and the emotional depth of the story. Final Fantasy XV is another game, much like Final Fantasy VII, that has an extended media, where Final Fantasy VII had some games, as well as multiple novels and a movie. Final Fantasy XV has a film and an anime. The film is called Kingsglaive, and it provides context for the events leading up to the game. The film follows King Regis and the elite soldiers known as the Kingsglaive as they defend Lucius from the Niflheim Empire. The film explores the political tensions between Lucius and Niflheim, showcasing the Empire's relentless aggression and the sacrifices made to protect the kingdom. It sets the stage for Noctis' journey, showcasing the fall of Insomnia, the disappearance of King Regis, and introduction of key characters like Nyx Ulrich, a Kingsglaive soldier, and Lunafreya, who plays a pivotal role in the film's events. And the anime was called Brotherhood, which explores the backstories of Noctis and his friends. So it consists of 5 episodes, each focusing on a different character and their relationship with Noctis. It dives into their childhoods, their shared experiences, and the events that shaped the bonds of their friendship. The series highlights the importance of friendship, loyalty, and the sacrifices made for one another. It showcases the individual struggles and triumphs of each character, providing a deeper understanding of their motivations and personalities. Explores the challenges of growing up, the weight of responsibility, and the power of friendship to overcome adversity. The main game had a few DLCs called Episodes, and one called Comrades. Comrades was a multiplayer expansion that allows players to experience the world of Final Fantasy with friends. So players create their own character, enjoying Noctis' friends in various quests and missions, exploring the world of Eos, and engaging in cooperative gameplay. It introduces new combat mechanics, quests, and a unique progression system, allowing players to customize their characters and experience the game from a different perspective. It fosters a sense of community through cooperative gameplay, encouraging players to work together to complete challenges and share experiences. The episodes' DLCs provide additional story content focusing on key characters. Brief summaries of these are Episode Gladio, which explores his journey as he leaves Noctis' side to train and become a stronger protector. He faces personal challenges and confronts his inner demons, ultimately growing as a warrior and friend. Prompto's back For Prompto, it follows his backstory, revealing his origins as a synthetic human created by the Niflheim Empire. He struggles with his identity and his place in the world, ultimately finding acceptance and belonging within his friendship with Noctis. Episode Ignis centers on his role as a strategist and his determination to protect his friends. He faces a difficult choice that impacts his vision, ultimately sacrificing his sight to save Noctis. The episode explores the theme of sacrifice, loyalty, and the strength of the bond between the friends. And the final episode was episode Arden, which delved into the backstory of Arden Azunia, revealing his origins as a former royal advisor who was cursed with immortality. He experiences centuries of suffering and betrayal, ultimately becoming consumed by a desire for revenge and a desire to reshape the world. The episode explores themes of betrayal, revenge, and the destructive power of hatred. There were 2 more episode DLCs that were planned but then cancelled. Episode Aranea, which would delve into the backstory of Aranea Highwind, and episode Lunafreya, which would dive into Lunafreya's backstory. Then we'll look at Final Fantasy 16, which released June 22nd, 2023 on PS5, and then later September 17th, 2024 on PC. So this is set in the world of Valisthea, a land blessed by the light of the Mother Crystals. The narrative follows Clive Rosefield, and the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria, who is tasked with protecting his younger brother Joshua, the dominant of the icon Phoenix. The story unfolds over 18 years, chronicling Clive's transformation from a noble guardian to a vengeful warrior after a catastrophic event leads to the fall of his kingdom. The themes explored in this game include power and betrayal, the struggle for dominance among nations, and the personal betrayals that shape Clive's journey, the consequences of war, the impact of conflict on individuals and society as Clive navigates the complex political landscape of Valisthea, redemption and revenge, Clive's quest for vengeance against those who wronged him in his search for redemption. So the key characters here are Clive Rosefield, the main protagonist, a skilled warrior who evolves from a protector to a seeker of vengeance after the destruction of his home. Clive's life takes a tragic turn when a catastrophic event leads to the destruction of his home and the loss of his family. Throughout the game, Clive evolves from a noble guardian to a vengeful warrior. His journey is marked by themes of betrayal, loss, and a quest for redemption as he confronts the forces that destroyed his life. Clive grapples with his identity and the moral implication of his quest for revenge. It also follows Joshua Rosefield, Clive's younger brother, the dominant of the Phoenix, whose fate is pivotal to the story. He possesses the ability to summon the icon Phoenix, which makes him a target for political machinations and conflict. Joshua's character is central to Clive's motivations, his fate is pivotal to the story, and his relationship with Clive is deeply explored. Joshua embodies the themes of sacrifice and the burden of power as he struggles with the expectations placed upon him as the dominant. Jill Warwick, who is a childhood friend of Clive and Joshua, who becomes a key ally in their struggles. Jill is a childhood friend of Clive and Joshua, raised in the kingdom of Waloed. She has a complex background, having been taken from her home and raised in Rosaria. Jill becomes a key ally to Clive, providing emotional support and strength. Her character arc explores themes of loyalty and the struggle for identity as she navigates her ties to both Rosaria and Waloed. Jill's growth is marked by her determination to forge her own path amidst the chaos. You also have Sidolphus Telemann, or better known as Sid, a mentor figure to Clive, known for his wisdom and experience in navigating the political intrigues of Valisthea. He serves as a guiding force for Clive, helping him navigate the complexities of war and power. His character adds depth to the narrative as he reveals the harsh realities of the world and the sacrifices required for change. I should also mention that Jill is the dominant of Shiva and Sid is the dominant of Ramu. You've got Benedicta Harmon, the dominant of Garuda, who serves as one of the antagonists, challenging Clive's resolve. Her motivations are driven by a desire for power and control. Her character is marked by ambition and ruthlessness. Her interactions with Clive challenge his belief and force him to confront the darker aspects of his quest. Her backstory reveals the personal stakes involved in the conflict, making her a compelling adversary. Next up, you have Hugo Kupka, the dominant of Titan, another significant character whose ambitions clash with Clive's goals. He represents the brute force of the icons and the destructive potential of power. His character explores themes of strength and tyranny. He confronts Clive. His confrontations with Clive highlight the moral dilemmas faced by those who wield power, as well as the consequences of unchecked ambition. And lastly, you have Barnabas Tharum, the dominant of Odin, who plays a crucial role in the overarching conflict. His character is shrouded in mystery, with motivations that are not immediately clear. As the story unfolds, his true intentions are revealed, adding layers to the narrative. His interactions with Clive and other characters challenge their perceptions of good and evil, making him a pivotal figure in the story. The soundtrack for this game was composed by Masayoshi Soken, with contributions from Nobuo Uematsu. The music enhances the emotional depth of the game and features a variety of styles. Notable tracks include The Land of the Icons, a sweeping orchestral piece that captures the essence of Valisthea, Hideaway, a haunting melody that reflects the game's darker themes, The Lion and the Hare, a track that accompanies key moments in the story, emphasizing character development and the emotional stakes. I'm going to butcher this one. It's Suke wo Maitesha, Moon Gazing. The opening theme, performed by Kenshi Yonezu, sets the tone for Clive's journey. The logo art features a striking design that encapsulates the game's themes. The logo showcases the icons and their dominance, symbolizing the conflict and power struggles central to the narrative. Amano's distinctive style adds a layer of artistic depth, making the logo not just a title but a representation of the game's rich lore. Final Fantasy XVI has 2 DLCs to enhance the gameplay experience. Echoes of the Fallen, which introduces new story elements in a dungeon, expanding on the lore of Valisthea. It delves into the subplot involving the Fallen, an ancient race with advanced technology. There are challenging boss fights and deeper exploration into the game's themes. And the other one is The Rising Tide, which follows Clive's journey to the hidden land of Mysidia. This expansion features the icon Leviathan and will explore new narrative threads. It has new quest characters and a fresh map, providing players with additional content that builds upon the main story. Now there's also multiple spin-offs within the series, which aren't necessarily tied to a specific game. So we're going to have a look at a few of them just now. First, we'll look at Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which was released on the GameCube in 2003. It's an action RPG that emphasizes cooperative gameplay. Players take on the role of a caravan of crystal bearers tasked with collecting myrrh to protect their village from a poisonous miasma. The story follows a group of young adventurers who set out to gather myrrh, facing various challenges and encountering diverse creatures along the way. So the Crystal Bearers, the main antagonists, are a group of young adventurers who journey across the land to collect myrrh. Each character has their own unique personality and backstory, contributing to the overall narrative. The miasma is a poisonous gas that threatens to engulf the world, forcing Crystal Bearers to seek out a solution. The miasma acts as a constant threat, driving the story forward and creating a sense of urgency. The Yggdrasil tree, Yggdrasil tree, is a massive tree that serves as a source of myrrh and a symbol of hope in the world. It plays a significant role in the narrative as players must protect it from the miasma and learn its secrets. The game features real-time combat and a unique mechanic where players must work together to manage a chalice that protects them from the miasma. Each player can choose from different character classes, each with unique abilities, such as the swordsman, who is adept at close quarters combat, An archer, capable of inflicting damage from a distance. A magician, a spellcaster wielding powerful magic to defeat enemies. Cleric, a healer capable of restoring health and supporting allies. This game supports up to 4 players in local multiplayer, utilising the Game Boy Advance as a controller. The remastered version introduced online multiplayer, allowing players to connect over the internet and share the adventure. The sequel to Crystal Chronicles, Echoes of Time, was released on the Wii and the DS in 2009. It allows players to experience a more interconnected story, focusing on the interconnected fates of 3 different villages and their struggles against the miasma. The game introduces new characters and storylines while expanding on the world established in the first game. The 3 villages are Lilty, Rule, and Yule, and each village has its own unique culture, history, and challenges, creating a diverse and interconnected narrative. It's a new generation of crystal bearers who must protect these villages and find a way to defeat the miasma. And the Ancient One is a mysterious entity that holds the key to defeating the miasma. The Ancient One's role in the story is shrouded in mystery, adding a layer of intrigue and depth to the narrative. This game introduces a more streamlined control scheme and allows for both local and online multiplayer. Players can also engage in cross-platform play between the Wii and DS versions, enhancing the cooperative experience. Next up is Final Fantasy Tactics, which launched in 1997 on the PlayStation. It's a tactical RPG set in the Ivalice universe. It combines deep strategic gameplay with a rich narrative, exploring themes of war, political intrigue, and the consequences of power. Key characters are Razma, who is the main protagonist, a young noble who becomes embroiled in a conflict between the warring nations of Ivalice. Razma's journey is marked by his struggle to find a place in a world torn by war and to search for truth amidst deception. Delita is a cunning and ambitious character who becomes a central figure in the conflict. Their motivations are driven by his desire for power and his ambition to reshape Ivalice according to his vision. Agrias is a skilled knight and loyal companion to Razma. They represent the ideals of chivalry and justice, offering a moral compass to Razma's journey. Mustadio, a skilled mage and member of Razma's party. Their character is marked by their intelligence and dedication to magic, providing a different perspective on the conflict. Orlando, a legendary warrior with immense power and a tragic past. Orlando's presence adds a layer of mystery and depth to the narrative, as his actions and motivations are shrouded in secrets. Players control a party of characters on grid-based maps, utilising various jobs and classes. The game features permadeath for characters, adding a layer of strategy to battles, meaning that if a character dies in battle, they're dead for the rest of the game. The intricate class system allows for extensive customization, offering players a variety of tactical options. Next is Dissidia, which is a fighting game series that debuted in 2008 and features characters from across the Final Fantasy franchise. It combines traditional fighting game mechanics with RPG elements, allowing players to customize their characters and engage in intense battles. The series includes characters from across Final Fantasy franchise, including Cloud, Sephiroth, Lightning, Squall, Tidus, Tifa, Kefka. It tries to include at least one from every game. Well, at least one from every mainline game, whether that is a protagonist or antagonist. The next one we're going to look at is Kingdom Hearts. It's a crossover RPG that blends characters and settings from Final Fantasy with those from Disney. The series follows Sora as he travels through various Disney worlds, battling Heartless and seeking to restore balance to the world. Your key characters are Sora, the main protagonist, a young boy who wields the Keyblade and journeys across different worlds to fight darkness. Sora's journey is marked by his unwavering optimism and his desire to help others. Riku, who is Sora's best friend who struggles with the darkness within himself and becomes entangled with the forces of evil. Riku's character arc explores the themes of temptation, betrayal, and redemption. Kairi, who is another one of Sora's childhood friends, and is kidnapped by the Heartless and becomes a key figure in the story. Their character embodies the themes of hope, resilience, and the power of friendship. You have Donald and Goofy, Sora's companions on his journey, providing comic relief and support. Donald and Goofy's presence adds a touch of lightheartedness to the narrative while also highlighting the importance of friendship and teamwork. The main antagonist in the first game is Maleficent, a powerful sorceress who seeks to control the hearts of the world. Maleficent's character represents the forces of darkness and the struggle against evil. The series has expanded significantly, with numerous sequels and spin-offs exploring different aspects of the story and gameplay. Key titles include Kingdom Hearts 2, 3, and the various mobile games. As we get further into Kingdom Hearts, there's less of a link to Final Fantasy. The link was much stronger in 1 than it was in 2, and it's pretty much non-existent in 3. But I still felt it was worth covering because it started out as a crossover. But each installment introduces new characters and worlds, maintaining a complex narrative that intertwines with the Final Fantasy universe. It has also explored various themes, including light and dark, the constant struggle between good and evil as Sora and his allies battle the Heartless and other forces of darkness, friendship and loyalty, the importance of bonds between friends and the strength that comes from working together, and identity and destiny, the characters' journeys of self-discovery and their roles in shaping the fate of the world. Next up is World of Final Fantasy, which released in 2016. This game features twin siblings, Lan and Rain, who journey through the world of Grimoire to reclaim their lost memories and tame creatures known as mirages. The game combines a whimsical and colourful world with a unique battle system. Lan and Rain are twin protagonists who embark on a journey to rediscover their past and unlock their true potential. Lan and Rain's relationship is central to the story as they support each other through challenges and learn to rely on their unique abilities. The mirages are magical creatures that can be tamed and used in battle. Each mirage has its own unique abilities and personality, adding a layer of depth to the gameplay. The Guardians are powerful beings who protect the world of Grimoire. The Guardians play a significant role in the narrative, guiding Lan and Ren on their journey and revealing the secrets of the world. The Guardians are usually characters from Final Fantasy. Other Final Fantasy games like Yuna, the Onion Knight, and other characters like that. The game combines traditional turn-based combat with a unique stacking mechanic, allowing players to stack and unstack characters and mirages for strategic advantages. The game also features a vast world to explore filled with hidden treasures and challenging battles. The art style is chibi inspired, appealing to both new players and long-time fans, featuring cameos from various Final Fantasy characters. The whimsical and charming design adds to the overall appeal of the game. Next up we'll look at is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which is a mobile game released in 2015. It combines classic Final Fantasy elements with gacha mechanics. Players summon characters from the series to form a party engage in turn-based battles. Some key characters who are original to the game are Laswell, the main protagonist, a young knight who embarks on a quest to save the world from darkness. Fina, a mysterious woman who joins Laswell on his journey. And Rain, a skilled warrior who also joins Laswell's party. The summoners are powerful individuals who can summon various characters from Final Fantasy to aid in battle. The summoners play a significant role in the narrative, providing support and guidance to Laswell and his allies. The game features a simple combat system with a focus on chaining attacks for higher damage. Players can also explore dungeons, participate in events, and collect various items to enhance their characters. The narrative follows Laswell, Fina, and Rain as they embark on a quest to save their world from darkness, incorporating familiar Final Fantasy themes such as the struggle between good and evil, the importance of friendship, and the strength for truth. Next up is Final Fantasy Record Keeper, which was launched in 2014. This mobile game allowed players to relive iconic moments from the Final Fantasy series. It features a nostalgic approach, bringing back characters and scenes from previous games. The protagonist of the game is the Record Keeper, a group of adventurers who travel through time to collect memories from past Final Fantasy games. The Record Keepers are tasked with preserving the history of the franchise, battling against forces who seek to erase it. The heroes of the past are characters from previous Final Fantasy games such as Cloud, Lightning, Squall, and many others. These characters are brought back to life in the game, allowing players to interact with them and experience their stories firsthand. Players build a party and engage in turn-based battles, utilising a unique ability system that allows for the customization of characters. The game also features a variety of events and challenges drawing on iconic moments from the Final Fantasy series. The game was meant to appeal to long-time fans by incorporating music, art, and storylines from the original franchise, creating a sense of nostalgia. The game's focus on celebrating the history of the franchise makes it a unique and engaging experience for the fans of the series. Next up is Final Fantasy All the Bravest. This was released in 2013. It was a free-to-play title that featured a unique touch-based combat system. Players summon numerous characters from the Final Fantasy series to fight against enemies. The gameplay involved tapping characters to attack, with a focus on managing a large roster of heroes. The game also featured a variety of skills and abilities, allowing players to customize their teams and strategize their attacks. Next up is Crystal Defenders. Originally released in Japan as Crystal Guardians, was a tower defense game set in the Ivalice universe. Utilizing characters and job classes from Final Fantasy Tactics, players deployed units to fend off waves of enemies attempting to steal crystals. So players would place various job classes on the battlefield, each with unique abilities and strengths. It featured a grid-based map where players must position their units effectively to counter enemy attacks. As the player progressed, they earn points to upgrade their units and unlock new job classes. The game was released on multiple platforms, including mobile devices and consoles, including multiple levels with increasing difficulty, requiring players to adapt their strategies. Next up is Final Fantasy Type 0, which is an action role-playing game developed for PSP and released in 2011. It was set in the war-torn world of Orience, where players follow the story of Class Zero, a group of elite students at the Academia Military Academy. Players control multiple characters, each with unique weapons and abilities, allowing for dynamic combat. The game features a real-time battle system, enabling players to switch between characters during combat for strategic advantages. There are 14 playable characters, each with distinct fighting styles and weapons such as swords, guns, and magic. The narrative explores darker themes including war, sacrifice, and the consequences of conflict. The game featured high-quality graphics and cinematic cutscenes, enhancing the storytelling experience. Three notable characters are the main protagonist, Ace, a skilled card user who leads Class Zero in their fight against the opposing nations. Rem, a compassionate and strong-willed member of Class Zero, who plays a crucial role in the story. Machina, a character with a mysterious past, wielding a unique weapon and possessing powerful abilities. And Tiz, a character known for his agility and combat skills, contributing to the team's dynamic. So the Final Fantasy spin-offs showcase a diverse range of gameplay styles and narratives, appealing to both new and long-time fans. Each title contributes to the rich tapestry of the Final Fantasy franchise, exploring different themes and mechanics while maintaining the essence of Final Fantasy. There has been various other media as well, anime, films, and the like. We've already covered one of the films with Advent Children. We'll talk about the anime now, which was called Final Fantasy Unlimited. It was aired from 2001 to 2002. It was based on the franchise, the video game franchise. It follows the story of twins Ai and Yu Hayakawa, who embark on a journey through a mysterious realm known as Wonderland in search for their missing parents. The key themes of this anime is adventure and discovery. The quests lead them through various challenges and encounters with fantastical creatures, family and sacrifice. The narrative explores the bond between siblings and the lengths they will go to reunite with their families. The anime incorporates classical Final Fantasy motifs, including magical creatures and epic battles. The notable characters are Ai Hayakawa and Yu Hayakawa, the twin protagonists. Ai is determined and brave. She possesses a strong sense of justice and is fiercely protective of her brother. Ai is skilled in using magic and often acts as the strategist of the group. Yu shares Ai's resolve to find her parents. Yu is more physically strong and relies on his swordsmanship to protect his sister. He's also a skilled mechanic and often helps with their transportation. Lisa Pacifist is a companion who aids the twins on their journey. She's a skilled fighter and loyal friend, often acting as the voice of reason. She's also a talented cook and enjoys taking care of the twins. Chobe is a chocobo. Is a chocobo that provides comic relief and support. They're a small creature with a big personality and is often seen riding on Yu's shoulder and provides light-hearted perspective on their adventures. You've got Kuroki Kaze, a mysterious figure who plays a key role in the story. Kaze is a powerful warrior who possesses a deep connection to Wonderland. He is shrouded in mystery and his motives remain unclear throughout the series. Sid is a skilled mechanic who helps the twins with their transportation. They are a kind and helpful individual who is always willing to lend a hand. He is a master of machinery and responsible for keeping their vehicles in top shape. Mikenshi is a powerful warrior and a major antagonist to the series. Mikenshi is a ruthless and ambitious character who seeks to control Wonderland. He possesses immense strength and is a formidable opponent. Earl Tyrant is a powerful and ruthless villain who seeks to control Wonderland. They are the main antagonist of the series. A cruel and ambitious ruler who seeks to conquer Wonderland for his own selfish desires. He's a master manipulator and uses his power to control others. Next, we'll talk about the TCG, the card game. It launched internationally in 2016. It features characters and elements from the Final Fantasy series, allowing players to build decks and engage in strategic battles. So players create decks consisting of 50 cards, including characters, summons, and backups. Players spend CP or crystal points to play cards, which are earned by dulling backup cards or discarding cards. Summons can be played for powerful effects but are only used once, and the game is designed for 2 players, promoting competitive play. The TCG has fostered a dedicated community with numerous expansions and tournaments. Despite its popularity, some players feel it remains underappreciated compared to other TCGs like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. The game encourages social interaction and strategic thinking, appealing to both Final Fantasy fans and card game enthusiasts. There's also an anime called Final Fantasy Lost Stranger, which follows Shogo Sasaki, a Square Enix employee who dies and is reborn in the Final Fantasy world. The story explores his adventures as he navigates this new reality, utilizing his knowledge of the franchise. This manga fits within the popular isekai genre, where characters are transported to another world and must adapt to their new surroundings. Shogo's journey is marked by personal growth as he learns to harness his skills in a world filled with magic and danger. The manga references various elements from the Final Fantasy series, appealing to longtime fans. Notable characters in this manga are Shogo Sasaki, the main protagonist whose knowledge of the Final Fantasy series aids him in his new life. Shogo is initially confused and overwhelmed by his new surroundings, but he quickly adapts and uses his knowledge of Final Fantasy games to his advantage. He is a kind and resourceful character who is determined to survive in this new world. Yuko Sasaki is Shogo's sister, who joins him on his adventures. She is a skilled warrior and loyal companion to her brother. She is also a kind and compassionate person who cares deeply for Shogo. Dustin Volta is a black mage who becomes one of Shogo's allies. Dustin is a powerful mage with a mysterious past. He is initially suspicious of Shogo, but eventually comes to trust him. He's a skilled strategist and a valuable asset on Shogo's team. Rei Hagakure is a warrior character who supports Shogo in battles. Rei is a strong and fearless warrior who is willing to fight for what she believes in. She's a loyal friend to Shogo and is always there to protect him. And finally, Shiruru Linking Feather is a white mage who provides healing and support. Shiruru is a kind and gentle white mage who is dedicated to helping others. She's a skilled healer and valuable asset to Shogo's team. Final Fantasy franchise extends beyond video games into anime and manga, enriching its universe with diverse narratives and characters. Final Fantasy Unlimited offers a unique animated adventure, while the TCG provides an engaging card game experience. Final Fantasy Lost Strangers explores the isekai theme, appealing to fans with its references and character development. And now we look at The Spirits Within, which was a 2001 adult animated science fiction film directed by Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator of the franchise. The film is set in a post-apocalyptic Earth where humanity is under siege from an alien race known as the Phantoms. The story follows Dr. Aki Ross, a scientist who is on a quest to find 7 spirits that can help save the planet from the Phantoms. The film combines cutting-edge CGI technology with a narrative that explores deep philosophical themes about life, death, and the interconnectedness of all beings. So the key characters here are Dr. Aki Ross, the main protagonist. They are a brilliant scientist who suffer from a mysterious illness. She's determined to find a way to defeat the Phantoms and save humanity. Aki's character embodies resilience and hope as she navigates her personal struggles while leading the fight against the alien threat. Dr. Sid is Aki's mentor and a key figure in the battle against the Phantoms. He provides wisdom and guidance, supporting Aki in her quest. Dr. Sid represents the voice of reason and experience, often reminding the team of the importance of their mission. Captain Gray Edwards is a military leader who aids Aki in her quest. He is brave and resourceful, showcasing strong leadership skills. Captain Edwards develops a close bond with Aki, adding a layer of emotional depth to the story. And Neil, a member of Aki's team who provides comic relief and support during their mission. Neil's light-hearted nature contrasts with the film's serious themes, making him a beloved character among fans. Key themes, the movie, are life and death. The film delves into the concept of spirits and their connection to life, emphasizing that all other life is interconnected. It raises questions about what it means to truly live and the impact of one's actions on others. Sacrifice and redemption. Characters face personal sacrifices in their fight against the Phantoms, highlighting themes of heroism and the quest for redemption. The narrative explores how individuals can find purpose through their struggles. And technology versus nature. The film contrasts advanced technology with the natural world, questioning humanity's relationship with both. It prompts viewers to consider the consequences of technological advancement on environment and society. The film received mixed reviews upon release, with some praising its groundbreaking animation and visual effects, while others criticised it for straying too far from traditional Final Fantasy themes. It grossed approximately $85 million worldwide against a production budget of $137 million, making it a box office bomb. The financial failure of this film had significant repercussions, delaying the merger between Square and Enix. Enix executives became hesitant about the merger due to the substantial losses occurred by the film, which ultimately affected the timeline and dynamics of the merger process. Despite its initial reception, Final Fantasy The Spirits Within has gained a cult following over the years for its ambitious storytelling and visual artistry. And I think personally that Spirits Within was a pretty good movie, and it would have probably done better if they just dropped the Final Fantasy from the name. But we're going to continue on and talk about Nobuo Uematsu specifically when it comes to music, because he stands as a towering figure in the Final Fantasy franchise. His name is synonymous with the series' iconic sound. More than just a composer, he is a maestro who has woven his music into the very fabric of the Final Fantasy experience, shaping its emotional core and enhancing its gameplay. Uematsu's journey with Final Fantasy began with the original game in 1987. His early contributions established a musical foundation that would resonate throughout the series, influencing countless generations of players. He has composed music for nearly every mainline Final Fantasy title, creating a vast and diverse musical tapestry that reflects the series' rich history and emotional depth. Uematsu's compositions are not mere background noise. They are integral to the storytelling and gameplay experience. His music often mirrors the emotional states of characters, setting the mood for pivotal moments and enhancing the atmosphere of different environments, whether it's the triumphant fanfare of a victory or the melancholic melody of a lost love. Uematsu's music guides players through their journey, deepening their connection to the story and the characters they encounter. Among his notable works are One-Winged Angel, which is Sephiroth's theme to Zanarkand, the piano melody at the start of Final Fantasy X, Aeris theme, a beautifully melancholic piece that underscores the character's significance and the emotional weight of her story arc, Dancing Mad from Final Fantasy VI, a complex and multi-layered composition that reflects the game's dramatic narrative, Prelude from Final Fantasy VII, a melancholic and introspective piece that sets the stage for the game's emotional journey, Vamo alla Flamenco from Final Fantasy IX, a lively and energetic piece that captures the spirit of the game's vibrant world. Uematsu's talent extends beyond creating memorable themes. He also possesses a remarkable ability to adapt his compositions to different styles. A prime example of this is the iconic Chocobo theme, which has been reimagined in various styles throughout the series. From the original 8-bit version to the Mambo de Chocobo in Final Fantasy V, Techno de Chocobo in Final Fantasy VI, Waltz de Chocobo, Electric de Chocobo, Cinco de Chocobo, and Fiddle de Chocobo in Final Fantasy VII. And more recent games have continued this trend, with Final Fantasy VII Remake featuring Wild de Chocobo and Hip Hop de Chocobo, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth boasting 22 different versions of the Chocobo theme. Beyond his work on the Final Fantasy series, Uematsu has left an indelible mark on the music scene surrounding the franchise. In 2002, he formed the Black Mages, a band dedicated to performing rock arrangements of the Final Fantasy compositions. The band, featuring Uematsu alongside musicians Kenshiro Fukui, Tsuyoshi Saketo, Michio Okayama, Keiji Kawamori, and Arata Hanayuda, has become a celebrated force in the world of video game music, bringing a new energy and dynamism to the beloved Final Fantasy tracks. They've released 3 albums: The Black Mages, The Skies Above, and Darkness and Starlight. Their musical style is a unique blend of progressive metal and Uematsu's signature melodies. Their performances are characterized by powerful electric guitars, soaring keyboards, and a dynamic rhythm section, transforming familiar themes into electrifying rock anthems. Let's take a closer look at the band members. Tsuyoshi Saketo. He joined Square in '95 after working for Konami and worked on several games created by Hideo Kojima. He's also the guitarist for the Final Fantasy XI arrangement band the Star Onions. Kenichiro Fukui joined Square in '95 after having made his music debut at Konami in 1991. Michio Okayama used to work in the publicity department of Square Enix and served as producer of Romancing Saga 3 until he was asked to join the band. Keiji Kawamori was also a musical director and synthesizer programmer for Square Enix and has been working on several Final Fantasy tracks. One of his most notable contributions is to compose, arrange, and perform the music for Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Arata Hanayuda worked for Square Enix as a publicity producer for Front Mission 3 before being asked to join the Black Mages. Notably, the Black Mages also created a version of One-Winged Angel for Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Orchestrated by Koji Higiyama and arranged by Shiro Hamaguchi, which showcases their ability to reinterpret classic pieces with a fresh perspective. Nobuo Uematsu's legacy as a composer for the Final Fantasy series is unparalleled. His music has not only defined the sound of the franchise, but has also shaped its emotional core, enhancing its gameplay and storytelling in ways that few other composers have achieved. His work in the formation of the Black Mages, Uematsu has left an enduring mark on the world of video game music, ensuring that his contributions to the Final Fantasy franchise will continue to resonate with players for generations to come. Live orchestral performances of Uematsu's work have been captivating audiences since 2002. These concerts are usually fully licensed by Square Enix and feature only music from the main Final Fantasy series, with the exception of tracks from and feature only music from the main Final Fantasy series, with the exception of Final Fantasy Advent Children. Final Symphony is a concert series licensed by Square Enix, dedicated to celebrating the iconic music from the Final Fantasy video game series. This concert features symphonic arrangements of music primarily from Final Fantasy 6, 7, and 10, showcasing the emotional depth and complexity of Uematsu's compositions. The concert series began in 2013 and has since gained popularity among fans of the franchise and classical music enthusiasts alike. Each concert typically features a full orchestra performing arrangements that blend orchestral and contemporary elements, creating a unique auditory experience. The concerts have been held in various locations worldwide, attracting large audiences and often featuring guest appearances by composers such as Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, among others. The concert series includes several notable arrangements which highlight the emotional and narrative significance of the music within the games. Some key compositions featured in Final Symphony include Final Fantasy VI's Terra's theme and Dancing Mad, Final Fantasy VII's One-Winged Angel and Aerith's theme, Tizanarkand and Suteki Dane from Final Fantasy X. The Final Symphony concert series has had a significant impact on the fan base, fostering a deeper appreciation for the music and its role in the gaming experience. Final Symphony 2 is a continuation of this concert series, first held at the Beethoven Hall in Bonn, Germany in 2015. This concert features symphonic music from Final Fantasy 5, 8, 9 and 13, and was first performed by the Royal Stockholm Philharmonic Orchestra. It's got an extended repertoire which showcases beautifully orchestrated suites from a broader range of titles. It's been performed by various prestigious orchestras and features new arrangements of classic Final Fantasy tracks. Some key tracks include Big Bridge of the Firmament, Battle with the Four Fiends from 5, from Final Fantasy VIII, Eyes on Me, Final Fantasy IX, Melodies of Life. But there's also another celebrated concert series within the Final Fantasy franchise, which is performed by a full symphony orchestra and a choir, as well as renowned vocal and instrumental soloists, and that is Distant Worlds. This one began in 2007 and has since toured globally, captivating audiences with its stunning arrangements and live performances. Each concert includes a mix of orchestral music, vocal performances, and multimedia presentations. The concerts emphasize the emotional depth of music, often incorporating lighting and visual effects. They focus on a range of pieces from all different Final Fantasies, and it significantly impacted the Final Fantasy community by bringing music to life. The live performances create a sense of they have an immersive experience, and it's helped further legitimize video game music as a respected art form. The concert series has toured extensively, fostering a sense of global community among fans. Dear Friends is a follow-up to Voices. As what? Yeah. Dear Friends is a concert series that celebrates the music of the Final Fantasy franchise, featuring arrangements performed by a full orchestra. The concert was originally held in 2004 and has since become a beloved event among fans. The concert features arrangements of classic tracks from the series, evoking nostalgia among attendees. Often includes performances by notable artists and composers associated with the franchise. Key compositions include Prelude, the Chocobo theme. And More Friends is a follow-up concert series that builds on the success of Dear Friends, which was held in May 2005, and it features additional music from the series. It includes a wider array of music from various titles. It showcases both orchestral and vocal performances. Key compositions include Eyes on Me and Melodies of Life, There's also the Voices concert that focuses on vocal performances of Final Fantasy music, and it highlights the lyrical beauty and emotional depth of the music series. The concert features prominent vocalists performing beloved tracks from the series. The arrangements are designed to enhance the emotional connection fans have with the music. Key compositions are Answers, a powerful vocal piece from Final Fantasy XIV that resonates with the game's themes, Suteki Dane, a romantic ballad that captures the essence of love and sacrifice. In summary, the concert series Dear Friends, More Friends, and Voices play significant roles in celebrating the rich musical heritage of the Final Fantasy series. They foster community engagement and elevate the status of video game music in the cultural landscape. So while we've established that Nobuo Uematsu is widely recognised as the primary composer for the Final Fantasy series, several other talented composers have made significant contributions to the franchise. Here are some notable figures, each adding their unique flair to the series' musical tapestry. Masayoshi Soken, known for his work on Final Fantasy XIV, Soken has brought a fresh dynamic sound to the series. His compositions blend various genres from orchestral to rock, and he is celebrated for his ability to enhance the emotional depth of the game through music. His work on the Shadowbringers expansion in particular received critical acclaim. Soken's music is characterized by its energetic rhythms, powerful melodies, and a sense of grandeur that perfectly complements the world of Final Fantasy XIV. Yasunori Mitsuda is best known for their work on Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, but has also contributed to the Final Fantasy series. They composed the music for Final Fantasy Tactics, where his unique style added a distinct flavour to the game's atmosphere. His ability to create haunting melodies and intricate arrangements has left a lasting impact on the series. Mitsuda's compositions often feature a blend of traditional orchestral elements with folk and world music influences, resulting in a sound that is both beautiful and evocative. Hitoshi Sakamoto is another prominent composer and worked alongside Uematsu on Tactics and later composed music for Final Fantasy XII. His compositions often feature rich orchestration and a focus on atmospheric soundscapes, which enhance the storytelling experience in games. Sakamoto's music is known for its epic scale, its ability to create a sense of wonder and mystery, and its use of thematic development to enhance the narrative. Takeharu Ishimoto is known for his work in Dissidia, Final Fantasy series, and Final Fantasy Type 0. His compositions often incorporate modern elements and electronic influences, showcasing a different side of the Final Fantasy musical legacy. Ishimoto's music is characterized by its high-energy rhythms, its use of electronic soundscapes, and its ability to create a sense of excitement and dynamism. Uematsu has also collaborated with other composers such as Masashi Hamauzu, who contributed to Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XIII. Hamauzu's work is characterized by its emotional depth and innovative use of orchestration. Hamauzu's music often features a blend of orchestral and electronic elements, resulting in a sound that is both beautiful and haunting. Other composers who have contributed to the Final Fantasy series include Kumi Tanioka, who worked on Final Fantasy VIII, and Naoshi Mitsuya, who composed music for Final Fantasy IX. Tanioka's music is known for its use of electronic and industrial elements, while Mitsuya's work is characterized by its playful melodies and use of traditional Japanese instruments. These composers, among others, have enriched the Final Fantasy series with their diverse musical styles and creative contributions, ensuring that the franchise continues to evolve while maintaining its iconic sound. Their work not only complements Uematsu's legacy, but also expands the musical landscape of the series, making it a beloved part of gaming culture. The Final Fantasy series is known for its constant evolution, not just in terms of story and graphics, but also in its gameplay mechanics. From the classic turn-based battles of the early games to the more action-oriented combat of recent entries, the series has consistently experimented with new ideas, pushing the boundaries of RPG gameplay. Here's a glimpse at some of the key evolutions in game mechanics. Turn-based combat. The series began with traditional turn-based combat, where characters took turns attacking each other and using abilities. This system is seen in Final Fantasy 1 through 6, emphasised strategy and resource management. In Final Fantasy 1 and 2, players picked their character job classes at the start of the game and were locked into those roles throughout the entire playthrough. These early games established archetypes for characters that would be revisited in later games, even when a job system wasn't strictly enforced. Introduced in Final Fantasy IV, the active time battle system added a layer of real-time strategy. Characters built up an ATB gauge, allowing them to act more quickly depending on their speed. This system balanced turn-based elements with a sense of urgency. Final Fantasy VII, while still utilising the ATB, introduced a more dynamic approach to combat, allowing for more real-time action and strategic positioning. Final Fantasy XII incorporated a more complex real-time battle system with a focus on strategy and tactical positioning. This gambit system allowed players to program their characters' actions based on various conditions, adding a layer of depth to combat. Final Fantasy XV featured the open combat system, a fully real-time combat system that emphasised action and exploration and player freedom. Final Fantasy VII Remake, while staying true to the original game, shifted to a real-time combat system similar to the OCS used in Final Fantasy XV. This change allowed for more dynamic battles, fluid movement, and greater emphasis on action. Final Fantasy X introduced a hybrid system blending turn-based elements with real-time action. The conditional turn-based battle system allowed players to control their characters in real time while still utilising turn-based attack system. Final Fantasy XIII featured a more action-oriented combat system with a focus on character movement and timing. The paradigm shift system allowed players to switch between different combat roles on the fly, adding a layer of strategic depth. Other innovations include the job system, introduced in Final Fantasy III. The job system allowed players to customize their characters by changing their classes. This system added a significant amount of depth and replayability to the game. Even in games without a strict job system, characters often fell into archetypes reminiscent of these early jobs. For example, a character with high magic stats might be considered a mage even if they could wield a sword. The sphere grid in Final Fantasy X allowed players to customize their characters' abilities and stats by navigating a complex grid system. This system provided a unique and flexible approach to character progression. Limit breaks, introduced in Final Fantasy V, allowed characters to unleash devastating moves when their health reached critical levels, or in some games when the limit bar was full. This system added a thrilling element of risk and reward to combat. Throughout its history, the Final Fantasy series has consistently experimented with new gameplay mechanics, pushing the boundaries of RPG design and keeping the series fresh and engaging. This willingness to evolve has been a key factor in the series' enduring popularity. The Final Fantasy series is renowned for its complex characters, each with unique backgrounds, motivation, and growth arcs. Here's an in-depth look at some of the most iconic characters. Cloud Strife, initially introduced as a mercenary with his mysterious past, Cloud struggles with his identity and the expectations placed upon him. Throughout Final Fantasy VII, Cloud evolves from a self-doubting individual into a courageous leader. His journey involves confronting his past, particularly his connection with Sephiroth and the Soldier program. His relationships, especially with Tifa and Aerith, play a crucial role in this emotional growth. The themes that surround Cloud are identity, friendship, and redemption, making him one of the most relatable protagonists in gaming. Tifa Lockhart, a childhood friend of Cloud and a skilled martial artist. She runs a bar in Midgar and serves as a support system for Cloud. Tifa's character is marked by her nurturing nature and inner strength. Throughout the game, she grapples with her feelings for Cloud and her desire to protect him, showcasing her resilience and determination. Tifa embodies themes of loyalty, love, and struggle for self-identity, marking her a powerful female role model in the series. Squall Leonhart, the protagonist of Final Fantasy VIII, is a lone wolf and a talented gunblade wielder. He initially appears aloof and emotionally distant. Over the course of the game, Squall learns to open up and connect with others, particularly through his relationship with Rinoa. His character arc reflects a journey from isolation to acceptance and love. Squall's story explores themes of connection, vulnerability, and the importance of emotional bonds, highlighting his growth from a solitary figure to a leader. Yuna is a summoner on a pilgrimage to defeat the monstrous Sin in Final Fantasy X. She is kind-hearted and deeply committed to her mission. Yuna's character evolves as she learns to balance her responsibilities as a summoner with her desire for personal happiness, particularly in her relationship with Tidus. Her journey emphasizes the importance of friendship and sacrifice. Yuna represents themes of duty, love, and the struggle for self-empowerment, making her a compelling character in the series. Zidane is a charming and mischievous thief from Final Fantasy IX. He is a member of Tantalus and a key figure of the search for Princess Garnet. Throughout the game, he grapples with his own identity and the purpose of his existence. His journey reveals a compassionate and courageous heart beneath his playful exterior. Zidane embodies themes of acceptance, self-discovery, and the power of friendship. His character arc explores the complexities of life and the importance of finding one's place in the world. Vivi is a black mage created by the enigmatic Kuja. Vivi is a curious and kind-hearted character who questions his own existence. Vivi's journey is a poignant exploration of mortality, and the search for meaning in life. His relationship with Zidane and the other characters help him discover the value of connection and the beauty of life, despite its fleeting nature. Vivi's character explores themes of identity, mortality, and the search for purpose. His story is a powerful reminder of the importance of cherishing life and embracing its complexities. Cecil is a Dark Knight/Paladin in Final Fantasy IV. Cecil grapples with his own sense of duty and the conflicting orders of his superiors. Cecil's journey is a powerful example of redemption and self-discovery. He transitions from a loyal soldier to a champion of justice, ultimately choosing to follow his own moral compass. Cecil's story highlights themes of duty, honour, and the struggle to find one's true calling. His transformation from a Dark Knight to a Paladin embodies the journey of self-discovery and the power of redemption. Terra is a powerful mage with a troubled past. The central protagonist of Final Fantasy VI, she struggles to control her abilities and understand her true nature. Terra's journey is a powerful exploration of identity, freedom, and the search for belonging. She learns to embrace her powers and fight for the freedom of others. Terra's character embodies themes of oppression, self-acceptance, and the power of hope. Her journey highlights the importance of finding one's voice and fighting for what is right. Firion, the protagonist of Final Fantasy II, is a young man who rises to become a powerful warrior in the face of the overwhelming odds. Their character arc is a classic example of a hero's journey. He starts as an ordinary young man and grows into a leader who inspires others to fight for their freedom. Firion's journey explores themes of courage, leadership, and the power of hope in the face of adversity. His journey highlights the importance of standing up for what is right and fighting for a better future. Kain Highwind is a powerful dragoon in Final Fantasy IV. Kain is a complex character with a troubled past and a deep connection to Cecil. Kain's journey is a captivating exploration of loyalty, betrayal, and the struggle for redemption. He grapples with his own darkness and ultimately finds a path to redemption. Kain's character explores the themes of loyalty, betrayal, and his journey highlights the complexities of human nature and the power of forgiveness. The Final Fantasy series is equally known for its memorable villains, whose motivations and complexities often rival those of the protagonists. Here's an overview of some of the most notable antagonists. Sephiroth, the primary antagonist for Final Fantasy VII, is a former soldier who becomes a powerful and tragic figure. His quest for revenge against humanity and desire to become a god led to catastrophic events, including the destruction of Nibelheim. Sephiroth's iconic status is cemented by his complex motivations and the emotional weight he carries in Cloud's story. The themes of loss, identity, and the consequences of power are central to Sephiroth's character, making him one of the most iconic villains in video gaming history. Kefka Palazzo is the main antagonist of Final Fantasy VI. Kefka is a nihilistic jester with a penchant for chaos and destruction. His transformation from a subordinate to a godlike figure who destroys the world showcases his unpredictability and madness. Kefka's actions lead to one of the most memorable apocalyptic events in the series. Kefka embodies themes of chaos, insanity, and rejection of morality, making him a unique and unforgettable villain. Ultimecia is the primary antagonist of Final Fantasy VIII. They are a sorceress from the future who seeks to compress time and gain ultimate power. Her manipulation of time and the character's destinies creates a complex narrative that challenges the protagonists. Their motivations are tied to her desire to escape her own fate, making her a tragic figure. Themes of time, fate, and the struggle against one's destiny are central to Ultimecia's character, adding depth to her role as a villain. Seymour Guado is a powerful summoner and antagonist of Final Fantasy X. Seymour is a complex character with a tragic past and a warped sense of duty. His actions are driven by his desire to merge with sin and achieve immortality, ultimately leading to conflict with Yuna and her allies. Seymour's character explores themes of loss, obsession, and the consequences of seeking power at any cost, serving as a tragic reminder for the dangers of unchecked ambition. Golbez from Final Fantasy IV is a powerful sorcerer and the primary antagonist of the game. Golbez is a complex character driven by a mysterious force. His actions are driven by his desire to serve a powerful entity known as Zeramus. His quest for power leads to conflict with Cecil and his allies. Golbez's character explores themes of manipulation, duty, and the consequences of blind obedience, highlighting the dangers of being controlled by forces beyond one's understanding. Exdeath is the primary antagonist of Final Fantasy V and is a powerful and ancient being who seeks to destroy the world. His actions are driven by his desire for power and control. His quest to conquer the world leads to conflict with the protagonists and their allies. Exdeath's character explores themes of ambition, destruction, and the consequences of unchecked power, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and the need for balance. Arden Azunia, the primary antagonist of Final Fantasy XV, is a powerful and ancient being with a complex history and a thirst for revenge. His actions are driven by his desire to bring about the end of the world and reclaim his lost power. His quest for vengeance leads to conflict with Noctis and his allies. Arden's character explores themes of revenge, betrayal, and the consequence of holding on to hatred, serving as a powerful reminder of the destructive nature of vengeance and the importance of forgiveness. The characters and villains of the Final Fantasy series are intricately woven into the fabric of its storytelling. Their development and motivations not only drive the plot, but also resonate with players on a personal level, whether through heroic journeys of protagonists like Cloud and Yuna, or the complex narratives of villains like Sephiroth and Kefka. The series continues to captivate audiences with its rich character exploration. Final Fantasy has had a massive cultural impact. It was instrumental in popularising the role-playing game mechanics, such as turn-based combat, character development, and intricate storytelling. This set a standard for future RPGs and influenced countless titles across various platforms. The series is known for its stunning graphics and cinematic storytelling, particularly with Final Fantasy VII, which introduced a more mature narrative and complex characters, influencing the direction of narrative in video games. Characters and elements from Final Fantasy frequently appear in other media. For example, Kulex, a secret boss from the Super Mario RPG, is inspired by the Final Fantasy universe. Biggs and Wedge, recurring characters in the series, are named after Star Wars characters. Lightning Returns featured DLC outfits inspired by Tomb Raider and Mass Effect. The series has inspired numerous anime adaptations and movies and manga, which we've all covered, which further explore the stories and characters of the games. Particularly in Final Fantasy VII, the narrative addresses environmental issues and corporate greed, resonating with global movements advocating for climate awareness. The game has been cited as a catalyst for discussions about environmentalism among its fans. Characters like Cloudstrife and Tifa Lockhart have become symbols for discussion around identity, trauma, and mental health, reflecting the complexities of human emotions and relationships. The franchise has also spawned a vast array of merchandise from action figures to clothing, and has a dedicated fan base that participates in conventions, cosplay and fan art. Events like Final Fantasy Fan Festival celebrate the community and the series' legacy. The iconic soundtracks composed by Nobuo Uematsu, among others, have led to orchestral concerts worldwide, like the Distant Worlds ones that we've spoke about earlier, showcasing the series' musical impact. The series has inspired various films and television shows, with references appearing in pop culture. For instance, the character Sephiroth has become a cultural icon, referenced in various media, including music and TV. The themes and narratives of Final Fantasy have influenced writers and artists, leading to works that explore similar motifs of heroism, sacrifice, and the battle between good and evil. The Final Fantasy series is not just a cornerstone of the gaming industry, it has woven itself into the fabric of global pop culture. Its themes resonate with audiences, inspiring discussions on important social issues and influence a wide range of media. The legacy of Final Fantasy continues to grow, captivating new generations of fans. The Final Fantasy franchise also has loads of collectibles and various other things that people can put on display to show their love of the franchise. Some popular options include PlayArt's Kai figures, which are highly detailed action figures of characters like Cloud, Sephiroth and Tifa. They often come with interchangeable parts and accessories, making them perfect for display or play, as well as Static Art's mini statues, smaller, intricately designed statues that capture iconic moments and poses from the games. Chocobo figures, adorable representations of the beloved Chocobo, often available in various poses and styles. There's also the art books, like the Art of Final Fantasy XVI, the Final Fantasy XIV art books, the Sky, which all feature concept art and character designs and illustrations that bring the game's various game universes to life. The Ultimania Archive series. These books not only include art, but also detailed lore and strategies for the games, making them essential for fans and collectors alike. Fashion inspired by Final Fantasy allows fans to express their love for the series in everyday life. Popular merchandise includes t-shirts and hoodies featuring iconic characters, logos and artwork from various titles. Cosplay costumes, so fans can dress up as their favourite characters for conventions and events, with replicas available for the weaponry. Items like necklaces, pins and bags often feature symbols and motifs from the games, such as the Chocobo or Moogle. We touched on the Ultimania books. Here's a wee bit more detail why they're important. Each Ultimania book provides detailed strategies for gameplay, including character builds, battle tactics, and tips for completing side quests. This makes them invaluable for both new players and veterans looking to optimize their experience. The books also explore the rich lore of the Final Fantasy universe, offering insights into character backgrounds, plot developments, and the intricate worlds created by the developers. This helps fans gain a deeper understanding of the narratives and themes present in the games. They're filled with stunning artwork, including character designs, concept art, and illustrations that showcase the visual evolution of the series. This aspect appeals to art enthusiasts and collectors alike. And with over 12 million copies sold as of 2017, the Ultimania series has become a cultural phenomenon, reflecting the enduring popularity and impact of the Final Fantasy franchise. So the merchandise landscape is as rich and diverse as the games themselves, offering fans a way to connect with their favourite characters and stories beyond the screen. From figures to the Ultimania guides, there's something for every fan to cherish. And now, before we finish, I'm going to dive into some fan theories and some lore. So one of the things is the connection between games. So one fan theory is the cycle of rebirth, which is a fan theory that suggests that the games exist in a cyclical universe where characters and themes are reborn in different forms. It's not just about characters physically returning, but rather the essence of their stories and struggles reappearing. For example, Cloud's struggle with identity and his connection to a powerful entity, being Sephiroth, can be seen mirrored in Tidus from Final Fantasy X, who also grapples with his own existence and a powerful force, Sin. The theory suggests that these recurring themes and character archetypes reflect a universal cycle of growth, destruction, and rebirth. Another theory, which is actually true because of Dissidia being canon, is Gilgamesh being a recurring character known for his love of treasure and battles, is a time traveller or a being who exists across multiple dimensions. He appears in various games, sometimes as a friendly rival, sometimes as a powerful enemy. The theory suggests that Gilgamesh's presence is not a coincidence, but rather a testament to his unique ability to traverse different worlds and timelines. His appearance in different games could be interpreted as him observing the evolution of the Final Fantasy universe or even influencing it in subtle ways. Well, they are all part of a multiverse and there is only one Gilgamesh. That one has been confirmed by Dissidia. The crystal connection is another one. They're often depicted as powerful sources of energy, representing the life force of a world or the balance between light and dark. In Final Fantasy 1, 3, and 5, crystals are central to the story, representing the world's very essence. The theory suggests that these crystals are not just plot devices, but rather a tangible connection between different worlds, perhaps even a shared source of energy that binds the Final Fantasy universe together. One of the theories, which I believe was confirmed, is Final Fantasy X's connection to Final Fantasy VII through Shinra. This theory posits a direct connection between Final Fantasy X and VII through the character Shinra. The theory suggests that the Shinra in Final Fantasy X is an ancestor of the Shinra Corporation founder in Final Fantasy VII. This lineage could explain the similarities of the corporation's ambitions and their pursuit of power through technology. The theory explores how the events of Final Fantasy X, particularly the conflict with Yevon, and the use of powerful technology could have influenced the rise of the Shinra Corporation in 7. Another fan theory that has actually been confirmed is Vagrant Story shares a world with Final Fantasy XII and Tactics. This theory proposes that Vagrant Story, Final Fantasy XII, and Final Fantasy Tactics all take place within the same universe, specifically the world of Ivalice. This connection is supported by the fact that all three games were developed by the same team, leading to shared lore, world building, and even character designs. The theory suggests that these games explored different periods in the history of Ivalice, revealing the interconnectedness of political events, social structures, and even the magic systems that govern this world. And some character theories. Rinoa is Ultimisia. This theory suggests that Rinoa Hartley from Final Fantasy VIII is not just a normal girl, but actually the future incarnation of Ultimisia, the game's main antagonist. This theory is supported by various in-game hints, including Rinoa's connection to time magic and her ability to see visions of the future. The theory suggests that Rinoa's actions in the present are influenced by her future self, creating a time loop where she must break free from her destiny as Ultimisia. This one has actually been refuted by Square Enix, as has this next one, which is Squall is Dead. This theory suggests that Squall Leonhart from Final Fantasy VIII dies at the end of the first disc, and the rest of the game is a dream or representation of his dying thoughts. The theory is supported by the game's ambiguous ending and the recurring themes of death and loss throughout the narrative. One theory explores the psychological impact of Squall's trauma and his struggle to come to terms with his own mortality. Next one is the theory is that Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII is a Christ-like figure, drawing parallels between his fall from grace, his sacrifice, and his eventual resurrection. Sephiroth's actions, including his quest for power and attempts to reshape the world, could be seen as mirroring the themes of redemption and sacrifice found in the story of Jesus Christ. And the final character-based one is actually about two of the summons. This theory suggests that in Final Fantasy XV particularly, the summons Shiva and Ifrit share a romantic connection. This theory is supported by various in-game dialogues and lore that hint at a tragic love story between the two. The theory suggests that the relationship is a metaphor for the conflict between love and duty, as well as the destructive nature of passion. And there are also some deeper lore aspects as well. So, magic in the Final Fantasy universe is often depicted as a double-edged sword, capable of great good and devastating destruction. This is particularly evident in Final Fantasy VII, where the overuse of magic and technology leads to the planet's downfall. The theory explores the consequences of unchecked power and the importance of using magic responsibly. Again, another one that is quite particular to Final Fantasy VII, but not solely Final Fantasy VII, focuses on environmentalism and corporate greed. Many Final Fantasy games, particularly Final Fantasy VII, tackle issues of environmentalism and the impact of corporate greed in the world. These themes resonate with real-world issues, making the narrative deeply relevant to modern audiences. The theory suggests that the Final Fantasy series is not just about fantasy, but also a commentary on the consequences of our actions and the need for sustainable practices. And the last one I'm going to look at is the role of crystals. Crystals in Final Fantasy are Crystals in Final Fantasy are often more than just physical objects, representing the balance of a world, the source of its power, or even the very essence of its existence. Their destruction or corruption often leads to chaos and imbalance, reflecting the delicate balance between light and darkness in the universe. The theory suggests that crystals are not just plot devices, but rather a symbolic representation of the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of maintaining harmony in the world. The Final Fantasy series is a rich tapestry of lore and fan theories that invite players to delve deeper into the world and explore its intricate connections. These theories not only enhance the gaming experience, but also foster a vibrant community of fans who love to discuss and debate the intricacies of the series. So this is us at the end of our podcast. The Final Fantasy series has left an indelible mark on both the gaming industry and pop culture, shaping the landscape of role-playing games and influencing countless other media. Here's a recap of its profound impact. Final Fantasy VII played a pivotal role in popularizing Japanese RPGs in the West, introducing a generation of gamers to rich storytelling, complex characters, and immersive worlds. Its success demonstrated the potential of RPGs to a broader audience, paving the way for future titles in the genre. The series is renowned for its intricate narratives that often explore deep themes such as love, sacrifice, and the struggle between good and evil. Characters like Cloudstrife, Tidus, and Lightning have become iconic, resonating with players on emotional levels and contributing to the series' legacy. Beyond gaming, Final Fantasy has influenced various aspects of culture, including music, fashion, and art. Concerts featuring orchestral arrangements of its soundtrack have captivated audiences worldwide, showcasing the series' musical genius. The series has inspired numerous adaptations, including animated films, novels, merchandise, further embedding it into the fabric of pop culture. Its themes and characters have been referenced in other games, movies, and even tabletop RPGs, highlighting its far-reaching influence. The passionate community surrounding Final Fantasy has fostered a vibrant culture of fan theories, art, and discussions. This engagement has kept the series alive in the hearts of fans, encouraging new generations to explore its rich lore and gameplay. And so, as we wrap up this exploration of the Final Fantasy series, we'd love to hear from you. What are your favourite games or characters from the franchise? Do you have any memorable experiences or stories related to your time with Final Fantasy? Whether it's a favourite moment from a game, a character that inspired you, or even a fan theory that you love, your insights are invaluable to the community. Share your thoughts and let's celebrate the magic of Final Fantasy together. So, That's it for today, but before we go, I've got a sweet little teaser for you. Next time, we're diving headfirst into the world of chocolate. We'll be exploring everything from its origins to its cultural impact, and trust me, it's going to be a real treat. So get ready to indulge your sweet tooth and join us for the next episode. This has been Random Topics with Jack. I've been your host, Jack, and until next time, keep questioning and exploring.